Good morning, 4 minutes after 6 o'clock. How are we? This is the Weekend Sports Breakfast. I'm Alan Brazil, and with me, former Chelsea Republic Ireland striker Tony Cascarino. Cass, morning.
Are you lost now?
I am. I've no headphones, I've no scripts. I'm like, what's going on here?
Yeah, you done for a long period, didn't you? Do the Weekend Sports Breakfast?
I used to love it. Yeah.
With Parry, was it?
Yes. No scripts, nothing.
I'll be different from Mike, okay?
Please do. Yeah, no. God, that was for a few years as well.
Oh, no, I remember listening now. To you.
Yeah, that was good fun. Listen, I don't mind. Obviously a bit short today. Shaban's away, and I thought, yeah, okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Having missed Thursday, but yeah, all good. You know, I'm gutted I missed the game last night. So I'm just catching up on the highlights. It's weird. I was really tired, and I thought, no, I've got to watch it.
Yeah.
And by 7:30, I'm like, I've got to go to bed. Then I get in bed and I can't sleep. It's weird.
No, yeah, I'm sure we'll have a little chat about that as well.
Yeah. Right, coming up today, Tony alongside me. We'll look back. A big win for Manchester City against Palace, live on talkSPORT last night.
4 goals on a Friday night. Plenty of reason for Manchester City to be optimistic. It is 2 wins from 2 in the Premier League for Enzo Maresca.
Yeah, we'll be getting Cass's thoughts on that in a moment. And looking ahead to all the weekend's action in the Premier League and the AFL, of course. A huge night of boxing ahead as Moses takes on Hergovic at the O2 in London. A massive fight, and we've got it live on talkSPORT for you. Brilliant. Call us 03 717 223344. Have your say. Look forward to all on the Weekend Breakfast with me, Big Al, and him, Big Cass. Right, here we go, Cass. I've not seen you for ages. How are you?
No, I'm good, Al. And luckily for me, every now and again I'd catch up with Michelle, your daughter. She'd let me know. I'd just say, pass on the best to Al.
Yeah. She's busy at the moment. We've got a couple of big golf dudes coming up at Brockett Hall, and both full, which is great. Got one in Aberdeen as well, Trump International.
I've heard that's an unbelievable course.
Maybe fantastic.
I have watched it. It was on the telly recently, wasn't it?
No, it's I've not. I'm told it's just wonderful.
Yeah,
it really is wonderful.
Yeah,
I think he upset one or two of the locals. I think.
Yeah,
where they wouldn't move the garden a bit, and Anyway, look, the golfers who play there say it's stunning.
Yeah, I've heard that likewise, and and Brockett Hall. I'm booked into Carmel.
Yeah.
I've had a dodgy back.
Lovely.
I'm trying to sort out my back so I can play.
Well, it could be your liver later on because when you get all the footballers together from the old days, it's a brilliant
yeah, no, I was there last year, Al.
Yeah.
Had great fun. You know, met a load of old players I haven't seen for years.
Callie over there. Kevin O'Callaghan.
Yeah, Callie. And I did, you know, I hadn't seen Callie. And I was with Callie at Millwall.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen him for a good long time because Callie, you never know what quite type of Callie you're going to get, do you?
No.
You know what he's like.
No.
He's
call him Uncle Albert.
Well, he's Jekyll and Hyde as well, isn't he? You meet him, he could be laughing, and the other time his face is like thunder.
No, when he's in good form, he's very funny.
Very funny, yeah. Very funny.
So we look forward to that. Yeah, it's great. Honestly, things are good. Radio, I'm enjoying it. The start of the season again.
Yeah.
Now, I missed Man City last night, but, you know, that's a big result at Palace. And Palace have got these problems, haven't they, with the fans? You know, because it's noisy down there at Selhurst, but that's all stopped now, haven't they?
Yeah.
Something's gone wrong.
Look, they've been quite redundant in the transfer market and they've lost players, you know, and that hurts. And Palace fans are probably frustrated because they're watching other teams around them. Okay, most of the teams are envious of the top six because you're seeing these massive deals go through, which are some of them are just crazy, you know. And you think Shirky cost 34 million.
He's some player. Yeah.
34 million he cost.
Yes, right? A bargain.
Yeah. Well, now Palace could do that sort of deal for that sort of price.
Yeah.
But you'd obviously have no chance of getting him for that. They're watching Brentford. See, one of the things I'd say to Palace fans that would annoy me, Sarge, who's just come in, a new manager, he was at Lance and done brilliantly well. Now, he had Sagari, you know, who's just gone to Brentford for 40 million.
Yeah.
Right? You'd think if they'd have got the manager, well, they could have got the player who looks a complete midfielder, as in his ball-winning ability. And I think that's what frustrates Palace fans.
Yeah. But they're talking about they're outpricing the kids, the youth coming through, you know, watch Palace. And I think there's a few things that have upset them. But all the noise, the music, the drums, that's all stopped, the drums.
Yeah.
I believe, you know, and Palace used to be, it was great atmosphere.
Oh, no, it's one of the best. Undoubtedly, I've been there numerous times and you come away from Selhurst Park and you think, do you know what? That is the sort of 12th man that we've always used in the past, haven't we, as an advantage. But last night, Al, after the first 10, 15 minutes, it was one-way traffic.
Was it?
They got two great things, and obviously it's the two goal scorers. You got the technique and the brilliant Shirky.
So one of his goals where he went in the box.
Quick feet, Al.
Brilliant, absolutely. But I love that. That's a Messi job, that is.
Oh, Al,
Lionel Messi.
All the players you've played with, could you think anybody with really quick feet that could just do something from nothing? You know, that ability to do that. Yeah,
but there's one or two. Jasper Olsen at Man United did quick feet. Eric Gates had quick feet. You know, he used to, because he's small and he had great sense of, but you know, his balance was brilliant.
Yeah.
And he'd move it from foot to foot and boom, he had a great strike.
Well, O'Donnell could do that, couldn't he?
Yeah, Glenn could do anything.
Yeah, I mean, could do anything, but he had quick feet.
Yeah.
So then you go from that, and you also got the other weapon in your team, is the directness of Haaland.
Yeah.
Whether it's aerial or whether it's with his feet. I mean, his second goal, he's blasted it past Dean Henderson. He hadn't even blinked, and it's in the back.
Well, I always like that. If you can hit you know, when you were a striker, Cass, you know, and when I got through, and I thought he's now advancing towards me, you can hit it right at his feet, quick, bang, low, quick, and they can't react.
No, they haven't got time to adjust.
Once they get set, you got to fox them, you got to throw a shoulder, but before they get set and they're rushing out the goal to narrow the angle, bang, you can hit it. Yeah. Hit it low beside them, they can't react.
Well, that's what Haaland does. And he does it brilliantly well. And they've ended up getting beaten 4-1. I think there was some good things. I thought Eddie Nketiah looked sharp because he's had a very difficult time since the move from Arsenal to Palace. But he looked sharp and he looked eager, you know, to try and make something. Walton was really good for long periods of the game. He's a good footballer, really good. Like ABC's, Al, you know, the one who gets the ball, doesn't lose it very often, makes great tackles and keeps the ball. He's good at it.
No, I like him. Anyway, if you didn't hear it last night, let's bring it back to you this morning here on talkSPORT. So Palace were well beaten by City last night at Selhurst. All the action in South London was live on talkSPORT.
And this might just be the night for Crystal Palace to kickstart their season. Of course, Manchester City will have other ideas. It's by Semenyo and Haaland! The header is in! Lovely footwork by Ryan Cherki. What a brilliant run! That's a magnificent goal! Pino's free kick, and it's hit the goalkeeper and gone in! There's that goal for Crystal Palace. Their first under Pierre Sarge. Turkey, 25 yards out. He looks up, he shoots, and he's found the corner. Ryan Turkey again. Is there anything this man cannot do? Still going here, Phil Foden, a brilliant run, and he picks out Haaland, who makes it 4. Who says things aren't looking up for Manchester City? Tough start to life at the helm for Pierre Sarge. Plenty of reason for Manchester City to be optimistic. It is 2 wins from 2 in the Premier League for Enzo Maresca. Crystal Palace 1, Manchester City 4.
Yeah, emphatic win after the game. City boss Maresca was asked if there'd be more transfer business before this window closes.
In terms of what you're looking for in the future, you've obviously got a squad with a lot of depth. Are you still interested in the transfer market? There's been talk of Enzo Fernandez potentially coming.
I just said we have Saturday and Sunday off, recovering energy, and then we see in the club know exactly what we need. We see what's happening.
So no news on Enzo at all to feed back to us?
No, absolutely.
He'd be a great. Listen, after the World Cup, you're like, but he'd be a great addition, wouldn't he? If he comes, and I think he will come.
I like him, Al. Always have done. I think he's got an eye for a goal. Technically, look, Chelsea fans have fallen out a little bit out of love for him. But look at who they've lost. You know, they've lost Gonzalez to Newcastle, Nico Gonzalez. You've seen, obviously, Rodri leaving the building's a big problem. Yeah. Reinders going to Saudi Arabia. Yeah, that's a big midfield.
That surprised me, that did.
Yeah. And they've got good money in for all of them.
Yeah.
You know, some City fans might say, hold it, Rodri for 65, but he's 1 year left in his contract. Yeah. They got to feel. It looks inevitable Fernandes is going to go to City. It looks inevitable.
Yeah, Cherky's some player, isn't he?
Yeah.
As you said earlier, Haaland, where he can be so strong in the air and getting in behind defenders, where Cherky, that quick feet and running at defenders, it's the worst thing a defender thinks about is someone running with pace at me.
Yeah.
Especially now, any touch at all around the box, penalty.
Yeah, and you don't know what way
you could be off as well. Yeah, you could be the last man.
You know, he twists one way, twists another. I mean, he's goal where he gets a little jinky run and then just slips it down the side of the keeper, and it looks like a playground goal where you just see it just crawl over the line, the ball. Yeah. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he spent all of last year really being subbed or sub.
Yeah, I could work that out. But then again, that type of player, can they do it week in and week out? Sometimes they can't. But when they're on the game, they're brilliant. Great to watch.
Yeah.
Fans' favourites. What about Palace then? So that's 2 losses for Palace now.
Yeah.
Are they going to be fighting for survival?
Well, on what we've seen so far, I thought their display was worse at Everton. I thought they were poor at Everton. Away at Goodison. God,
I know.
I forgot. Yeah, no, the
new stadium.
The new stadium out with all these stadium changes. But no, I thought they were poorer there. And I think there's still other issues because it could be Muniz could be next off to Nottingham Forest, which is another loss because he was terrific for them. They lost Gay last January. It's just...
What do you make of him playing midfield for City?
I think it was just a one-off. A one-off because of who they'd lost, who we just touched on.
You think they'd have... You know, the squad that City have... Yeah. You think, why are you moving a... They've done it with Stones. Why are you moving a centre?
I've done it with O'Reilly as well.
Yeah, you know, I like him.
Yeah.
I'm like, that puzzled me. I thought there must have someone else to come in and play who's a midfield player.
Yeah.
Done all right, to be honest, to be fair.
Well, they
should have scored and scored.
Yeah, they decimated their midfield during the summer, and, you know, a number of them have gone. And people, you know, Maresca, like Pep, expected players to step in and do a job. I mean, the greatest player, one of the greatest I ever played with, who could play, you know, probably 3 or 4 positions, was Paul McGrath. Speak about him a lot. Whoa. He could slip into the midfield. You would
play him on the wing.
Yeah, you could play him anywhere.
Yeah,
he would do a great job. And there are players that are. I mean, Declan Rice, I would argue, could play at 6 and 8. He could go at the back at centre half. Yeah. He could do all of them if he.
I think he's been magnificent for Arsenal. I really do.
You need that type
Brilliant.
Of player. Yeah.
Right, we're going to talk Liverpool in a moment, and we'll look at all the back pages and all the stories coming next. Tony Cascarino, me, Alan Brazil, taking you up to 9 o'clock, 6:15.
I wanted to ask you about Emi Martinez, who's also going to come into Chelsea as a goalkeeper. When you were told about this deal yesterday, you said good riddance. Why?
I didn't say that.
Didn't you not?
No, I didn't. I didn't say good riddance. No,
I think you did.
I said goodbye.
Did you?
Different to good riddance. No, listen, Emi Martinez has been fantastic for Aston Villa, but Aston Villa have been fantastic to Emi Martinez. When he joined from Arsenal, he was a nobody. Aston Villa turned him into...
He was an FA Cup winner when he joined.
Yeah, but it's still a nobody, really, wasn't he? That's why he come to Aston Villa. Aston Villa turned him into the best goalkeeper in the world, and I just didn't like the way 3 years in a row he's been trying to leave every summer, which has upset some Villa fans. But when you look at his performances, his saves, everything about his style of play, even the negative stuff, the way he winds up opposition fan bases, Aston Villa fans have loved having him, and he'll go down as definitely a club legend.
It's interesting, isn't it? So I think there's different ways that people react when players leave football clubs. So I just wonder what the feeling is amongst those two fan bases about Emi Martinez going from Aston Villa to Chelsea. Do the Aston Villa fans really care about it anymore? They've got Suzuki now, so are they like happy to move on? Are Aston Villa happy to move on from him? Yeah. And the same with Chelsea. Are they in a place where actually they're just comfortable to move on from Enzo?
He wasn't at his best last season, Emi Martinez.
Or at the World Cup.
At the World Cup wasn't at his best. 33 now. But I still think, Sam, that the £8.5 million, keepers play to an older age, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, have we sold ourselves a bit short with the fee? No, I don't
way.
think he is. He's not at his prime, but I still think we could have got a bit more money for him.
How's that? Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. And thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for two to watch the 150th anniversary test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
England's gonna throw it away, gonna blow it away, but I know they can play, 'cause I remember Levi's on the shows, Jules Rimet still gleaming.
I think you've got the wrong show here. You got a paddy and a jockey here. What's going on? Right. Good morning. Weekend Sports Breakfast. I'm Alan Brazil and former Republic Island striker Tony Cascarino alongside me through till 9 o'clock. 3 lines by Bedell and Skinner. Why you're saying? We're playing this because it's England manager Thomas Tuchel's 53rd birthday today. There you go, 53. Okay, how do you think he's done so far? I've got to be honest and say I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think you're echoing a lot of.
I'm not sure, and not because of the World Cup. I just something. I thought, is that the right pick? Is he going to take England on to a major trophy? And I've just got this doubt. Now, I know it's not easy to win one, but I just have this doubt. I don't know if he's the right person.
Well, you're echoing what a lot of people think, Al, and I would say is related to the World Cup, as in, look, their third place finish is admirable, but it's the way you got knocked out. The way England got knocked out felt there was way too many mistakes in that game against Argentina for England. Yeah. And I think that sits in people's memory. And you could probably go back to now and you're seeing some of the players play really well who didn't get selected, especially Cole Palmer.
Well, Palmer and Harry at the back.
Yeah.
You know, I thought Harry
Harry Maguire.
I really thought, why wouldn't you take him? Set pieces and stuff like that. I know the game's changed, but he was in good form. And I thought, you got to put him in the squad.
Yeah.
But Palmer, absolutely.
Yeah, and there'll be others that feel like they've, been left out unfairly. That happens in every squad. But I'm like you. I'm not sure. Winning things is really difficult. We know as players at club football well, but internationally it's even harder.
Going back to the Argentina game, England were not cruising, but they were comfortably ahead.
Yeah.
If you want to shut up shop, pack the midfield, get bodies in there, stop them passing about and playing around you. Get bodies in there, make them go long.
Yeah.
And it was the opposite. England retreated and let them have it.
Yeah, and
I don't get that.
No, also not having outlets of making runners run into channels. So if you get the ball, you just get people down the line.
Well, Cash, you've been there. You know what it's like, especially in Europe. When you're up against it away from home and you got a ball down the channel, you've got to hold it. And if you get fouled, fine.
Yeah.
It gives your defenders a breather. They can then move up the park and advance up into their half.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all part of the game. It's not all about scoring goals as a centre forward, is it?
Well, I would have said Martin O'Neill had the Thomas Tuchel moment in midweek with Celtic because they retreated and he openly held up his hand and said it was my fault.
Yeah.
And I think Tuchel you could have done exactly the same thing because Celtic did the retreat. Once you start retreating and just defend and you can't get out, you're snookered.
And the first leg, it showed you they were good on their
they were good.
Break.
Yeah. They caused Celtic a lot of problems at Parkhead.
Yeah. Right. What about that then? Tell me. I don't really want to go down that route, but and also, okay, let's lighten it up. Saturday morning, the best football song as well. For instance, Chelsea Leeds coming up, isn't it the Cup? Chelsea Leeds,
yeah,
I think it is League Cup. Those from going back in the old days, Blue is the Colour and Marching On Together for me was the best football songs ever.
Classics, yeah, absolute.
Right, what about the back pages, Cass? What we got? What's taking your eye today?
I tell you what, there is, and it's in a number of papers. Is Unai Emery speaking about, and he says sheds tears over Watkins' exit after missing Leao. That's from AC Milan, but it's come out that Ollie Watkins apologised to the team afterwards that he, not being there for them, and then made a mistake about not being selected or being available to play for Villa at Brighton. I was at the game, and Unai Emery said, and I get this because I sometimes say, I say it'd be interesting what you think of this as well. We can get guilty if someone does something wrong. Okay, you've made a mistake, you held your hand up, but the fact is that what a great servant he's been for the club.
Yeah,
let's take the bigger picture. How brilliantly he's done now for Villa, to get him in Champions League football. And he led the line, record goal scorer for the Villa. Let's look at him as that.
No, Cass, I couldn't agree more because, and I've been there when I was a supporter, I was a young kid, and someone would leave. Right, for instance, I'll give you a classic, Dalglish leaving Celtic.
Yeah, remember it well, yeah.
Celtic fans were disgusted with Kenny. And he was the hero, he was the god. And I loved him. I loved watching him.
I did as well.
Scoring winners against Rangers and stuff. And how can he leave this club?
No.
What do you mean Liverpool? How can he go to Liverpool and leave Celtic?
Yeah.
And as football, that's in your heart and in your blood. That's your team. They're the best team in the world.
Yeah.
Why would he leave?
Yeah.
So football hasn't changed.
No.
We're a bit older now. We can understand it.
Yeah.
But when you're young and going to the games at home and away, you can't wait for the next one. You don't think that way.
Let's be fair to Ollie. He's been a great servant for Aston Villa.
Yeah.
And okay, things change, things move on. Now Aston Villa have just bought Jackson. So that,
You see, right away, you've sort of slapped me in the face there with Jackson. I hope he does well because his game, he puts himself about. I cannot see him.
Yeah,
I cannot see him getting 20 goals.
No, look, let's get it right. It's really hard to get 20 league goals in the Premier League. It's tough. It's a tough gig. I mean, there's also a piece about Tonali, £100 million player from Newcastle. And
what about Delap's price? I feel I'm picking on him, but I'm like, hold on a minute. I watched him at Ipswich and he puts himself about, got goals. Was it 12 goals he got?
I thought in his first season at Ipswich, didn't he get he got double digits, I think, in
not
Premier
in the Premier,
goals.
though, not in the Premier. I think
9. I think he got 9 out.
He?
Yeah.
I've got 12 in my head.
Yeah, and it might be all goals in all competitions.
It's like Isak's getting stick at the moment, but he will get goals. Leave him alone. Just give him time. He will start smashing them in the back of the net. I know he will.
Our getting too nostalgic and all these fees, and they're all over the papers of 100 million and this and that. Trevor Francis, who you would know well, he was the first £1 million player, yeah? What do you think in 1979 £1 million would equate to now?
Whew. It's probably like 200 million, wouldn't it?
No,
Maybe more.
no. It's £6.5 million.
What?
1 million in 79.
Yeah, but he was a superstar.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the escalation of transfer
the
fees.
value of money rather. Yeah.
I don't mean on the players how you would value him. I mean, £1 million is worth £6.5 million.
Yeah.
With obviously, as we look at the transfer market out, and we're seeing so many players go for huge fees. How is the inflation of football become?
And then
so
the goalkeeper
crazy?
Martinez goes for $7.5 million.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold on a minute, they've missed a digit out here, but it's all depends on age and contracts, how long you've got. But that surprised me.
No, but it's in the papers. And just one quick one, just on.
Well, talking about Trevor, I first came across Trevor in 1978. Ipswich beat Arsenal in the Cup. I flew the following morning, Sunday morning, to Detroit to play through the summer. Bobby was going to sell me to Blackpool. He says, get some pace. And when you got on that plane, you got up steps, don't even think of a holiday. You're there to play and get fit.
Bobby Robson,
Bobby Robson. Yeah. You're there to get a sharpness. Go on then. And Trevor came out and played. So I ended up playing with Trevor. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
It's mad what the game was then and what it is now.
So God knows what Trevor was getting.
I know.
He was getting a lot more than me. I know that.
Al, I knew players when I was at Gillingham that when it got to the summertime, they'd go and do a job during the holiday.
Really?
We had a winger, Pritchard, his name, and he was Welsh, and he used to go and be a bus driver in Wales during the close season for 6 weeks.
Do you never get in a black cab now? I say,
Howard Pritchard, his name
smell
was.
fish in here. Then the guy's chatting away, and he says, "Yeah, I work at Billingsgate during the morning." I went, "I know you do." Christ, right, 6:28. Danny Welbeck there, great start, but great career.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what?
Loving it, absolutely loving
looking at it, he played for Manchester United, Arsenal, there's Chelsea, obviously Brighton.
Brilliant.
But I think everywhere, if he goes back to Arsenal, if he goes back to Man United, he gets a great reception.
Yeah, it's good.
So he's one of them sort of guys who people just love watching him. And he's as I said before, I've spoke to a lot of people at Arsenal behind the scenes and whatever, and he says he's a great guy. He's really good for the dressing room areas as well. And that's why probably Chelsea have invested in him to help the young players out as well. Speaking
of Chelsea, this surprised me, and I think you, Ray, as well. Breaking news reached us late last night that Chelsea have agreed a £7.5 million deal to sign Villa's World Cup winning goalkeeper Martinez. $7.5 million.
Yeah, no, I didn't see the dot. I thought it was 75 million.
What's going on here?
Well, they've signed a new keeper, haven't they, Villa? And he was number 2 at the moment. But they're getting an absolute blinding deal there.
That doesn't make sense.
No. Yeah, I think Chelsea have got a really good deal, and you need a good goalkeeper. You need someone who's been there and done it, and he's certainly plays for his country, and he's been brilliant at Aston Villa.
Yeah.
So I think Chelsea, if you had a worry, if you're a Chelsea fan, it would be the goalkeeper. You know, watching that Fulham game, he made a couple of mistakes, and Martinez would probably go straight in, wouldn't he? Must do.
I think so,
because he's experienced now, and he makes some vital saves for Villa. So that, for me, that's a really good deal for Chelsea's point of view.
Okay, 25 minutes to 7. God, this is, I hate to say it, but this is so slow, this programme, compared to during the week, honestly. I'm like...
I hope that's not happening to the listeners, Al.
No, but I'm just thinking, you know, I'm so at ease with you. With Gabby, I'm like, oh, come on, Gabby. Come on, concentrate. Right, good morning. Weekend Sports Breakfast in partnership with Volkswagen Transporter. Keep your business moving with Volkswagen's 5+ promise. T's and C's and exclusions apply. God, right, Alan. I'm Alan Brazil, former Chelsea striker Tony Cascarino. Cass, what are you doing with your you seen a lot of live games? Or
Yeah, last week I was at Millwall playing Norwich. The 12:30
by the way, Millwall started like
it's great. Coburn, no, the centre forward, the big centre forward they got. He's filled out. He's got stronger. He holds the ball up even better. And to be fair, you know, Alex Neil's done a hell of a job.
Yeah.
As in building a squad. And hopefully, because a lot of fans didn't feel like they'd go as well as they did last year, which they were really close. After seeing them in the first couple of games, it's early days, but, you know, they've won at Bristol City. They beat, and they haven't conceded a goal yet, either in the Championship. So they're doing really well.
Dare I say it? Bring on West Ham.
December the 19th of September.
You'll be there?
I'm there. Yeah, I'm working on the game as well, but I'm really looking forward to it. And so I'm there. And then I was at Brighton last weekend. I'm at Tottenham today. Obviously, they've got Newcastle, which will be quite a feisty one, I should think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Coming up later, former Spurs and Newcastle midfielder Rule Fox. Ipswich boy, I'm sure, Rule.
Norwich, wasn't he? He played for Norwich.
I think I've got a feeling he's an Ipswich boy.
Oh, I don't know that.
I might be going mad, but I'm sure Fox is an Ipswich boy. Yeah. We'll be with us to look ahead to the 5:30 kickoff tonight between his former sides. Here's what's coming up on talkSPORT today. Right, after us, it's the warm-up with Max Rushton. He's still about. Crikey, I thought he did. I thought he was around the Coral Reef or something, wasn't he? Sorry, Max. And Charlie Bacon at 9 a.m, then live and exclusive Premier League commentary of Liverpool against Forest from 11 a.m. Kickoff is at 12:30. Game Day Live takes you around the grounds from 2:30 with all the goals as they go in from the Premier League, EFL and beyond. Jamie and Jason take your calls at 5:30 on the All the Days action. Then Max Scott brings you a new show, The Full-Time Fallout, at 7:30. And at 9 p.m, it's Fight Night Live. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Moses Atuma taking on Hrgovic for the IBF heavyweight title live from the O2 Arena. Can't wait. It's going to be a cracker. Okay, 6:37. It's a blockbuster day on talkSPORT. Stay with us. Download the app and take us with wherever you're going. You bring on talkSPORT. Right now, time for a bit of this.
Oh yeah! I want to get away. I want to fly away.
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz. And don't forget you oldies out there. 6 o'clock tonight, Virgin Legends, Brazil, for 4 hours. Yeah. By the way, it's a cracker tonight as well. I'm now beginning to pick my own songs. Really good.
Yeah?
Our era, Cass. Our era's brilliant.
Oh, I'll have to.
That's Virgin Legends, 6 o'clock. Yes, it's time. The faraway end where we catch up with a fan of a British club who is miles and miles away from home. Today, we can speak to Austin. You got to listen carefully to me. We can speak to Austin, a Blackburn Rovers fan in Norway. Austin, good morning.
Austin.
Good morning.
Austin, are you Norwegian? Are you Swedish? Where are you from originally?
I was born in Norway.
Norway, right.
But I moved to Sweden in 2001.
Yep.
So you can call me a Norwegian Swede, I guess.
A Norwegian Swede, right, a Scandi. Blackburn, how did you end up supporting Blackburn? Was this when Blackburn won the league under Kenny Dalglish?
Yeah, a few years before, I started following English football, maybe in 91, 92, something like that. And I didn't have a team, of course, from the get-go, but it was interesting to see Blackburn being promoted, and they had a 4th place in the first season. And after a while, Henning Berg joined the club, and of course, then the Norwegian newspapers were writing a lot about him and the club. And most of my friends, they're like Liverpool or Manchester United fans, and I couldn't just bring myself to to support those teams. So I landed on Blackburn.
So Austin, explain to us how do many people in Norway actually know where Blackburn is?
I'm not sure actually. It's a small town, so I can understand if some people don't have the geography and knowledge in place.
Yeah, and how do you work yourself around the team about going to watch them? So is it every now and again, or do you come over to most games?
Actually, I'm not traveling so much privately because I'm traveling so much in work. So when I go, it's normally also in company with others. So it's been away games, for example, in the London area.
Yeah. And what about Tony Mowbray? Tony's coming in, and I watched his interview at the start of the season. He's very, very confident that Blackburn are going to have a big, big season this year.
Yeah, I think it's been great to have Mowbray back. Initially, I felt it was kind of a step backwards, but when I saw his interviews and his pride and excitement, I was completely sold, and I'm really, really glad that he's back. It's fantastic.
Austin, what are you doing today? Is it down the pub, watch all the football coming in? What are you going to do?
Yeah, it's not televised today, so I will try to find a way online.
You got QPR today, haven't you? So
good game. Good game.
And one thing I'm sure Austin will say is that Tony Mowbray loves to bring through young players.
Yeah,
he does. He does that really well, doesn't he, Austin?
Yeah, and that's been kind of the the strategy for Blackburn over the years to have academy players, and I really like that. It's a great pride to see academy players. Like this Tuesday, we had 3 young guys making their debut. So it's really cool that Mowbray is doing that, and yeah.
Well, Austin, have a great day, have a great weekend, and good luck with Blackburn. I hope you get a good result today against one of my old clubs, QPR. Austin, thank you. Yeah, one of my old clubs, my last club it was, yeah. Good. I like QPR. Under the lights down there on a Friday night was great. Midweek, great.
Well, I was there as a kid. I didn't make it.
Were you?
Yeah, I was there at QPR. The 2 forwards, this shows you how hard it was to get in that time, right? The 2 reserve forwards, Paul Goddard, Clive Allen.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go.
So there was the reserves.
There you go. Paul Goddard lives in the next village to me.
Yeah, I once seen Paul, because he joined Millwall.
Yeah.
He joined Millwall back in the late 80s.
Yeah. I've not seen him for a few years, but I bumped into him.
Sarge.
Yeah. I bumped into him once in the local pub, but I know where he lives. Beautiful part of the world where he lives. Yeah. Really nice down by the river there, Flatford. Gorgeous. And Clive, I see Clive quite a bit. Goal machine.
Oh, Clive was a ridiculous.
Paul Goddard was more of a hold-up player, wasn't he? I played against him on the youth team. Ipswich Town, South East Counties. And Paul used to hold the ball up. Clive was just, what a finisher.
Yeah.
His
best I've seen.
His goal record's unbelievable.
Yeah. Everywhere.
Okay, Austin, thank you. A Blackburn fan in Norway. What about that? There'll be another faraway end next Saturday, and talkSPORT 2 will bring the commentary of Championship action. Watford take on West Ham United. That's not easy for the Hammers, is it? Watford. No. That's at 3 o'clock with Natalie Sawyer and the team over in talkSPORT 2. That's a talkSPORT exclusive as well. Now, deadline day approaching. The chopping and changing at Villa continues. New additions are much needed after they parted company with a number of players in the summer. Tielemans, Digne, Konsa, Morgan Rogers, striker Ollie Watkins, and now top keeper Emi Martinez is close to agreeing a move to Chelsea. That strengthens Chelsea even more. Do you think this much churn is a worry or a positive? Cass, I know Emi. In Emi, we love, we trust. The Villa fans, I spoke to a few in the mornings, are saying, no, we don't worry about it. Don't worry. I do worry about it. I don't think you can lose the class and ability that they're losing without quickly getting a couple of big replacements in.
Yeah, I was told, and how true this is that he wanted to do this last year. He wanted to do the rebuild last year, and it didn't happen. And this year, it's quite clear. There's a number. I mean, there's even talk of Tammy Abrahams going out on loan at Ipswich. Yeah. You know, he didn't play last weekend or weren't available for the game against Brighton. And there's been a huge change at Villa. You think it's only John McGinn, really, and Matty Cash, the two experienced players that's still there.
So Villa, the promise is there for Villa, and suddenly it's boom. It's like Newcastle. You know, don't get me wrong. Newcastle started all right in terms of performance. Big game today, of course.
He'll rebuild, though. There's one thing Villa fans, I'm sure,
I hope so.
And and I said it on Hawksby and Jacobs in midweek. The Villa fans were tremendous, singing his name, the manager. They really do trust that he'll do the job. Yeah. Despite all the omissions from the squad, Villa boss Unai Emery insists his squad, they're at a rebuilding stage.
In football, if you are expecting transition, maybe you are not in the right way. We must compete, we must win, we have to rebuild the team as fast as possible. We have to accept our way, our decisions, and why we are taking some decisions. But I am positive, and we are working at the same time, rebuilding the team with the player. They can understand how we want to play, and trying to understand some necessary time for some player to adapt to us.
Yeah, Unai Emery there. Positive. He's lost all his best players and he's lost his barber. What's happened to his barnet, Cass? He's gone to a rock concert.
He looks like Al Pacino, the Godfather.
He's grown his hair.
He's got a great...
barnet,
Oh, great barnet, yeah. No wig there.
I had to look twice there. Who's that? And then, of course, the voices.
He's had a shampoo and set out, hasn't he?
Bloody hell. The clock is ticking. We're just 3 days away from the transfer window closing. Oh, nightmare for managers. Stay tuned as our team of transfers insiders exclusively reveal who your club is signing or about to sign and confirm every done deal before anyone else. Adrian Durham and legendary Premier League manager Steve Bruce will be on air from 7 o'clock before Jim White returns to front his second show of the day from 10 until 11 p.m. That's the deadline for transfers. Don't miss Transfer Deadline Day this Tuesday, 1st of September. Download a free talkSPORT app, watch us on your smart TV or YouTube, and follow the live blog at talksport.com. It's the Weekend Sports Breakfast here on talkSPORT.
Gabby!
Jamie, what you on about,
On the
mate?
Villa.
You're just jealous, mate. I've been hearing you all day.
What are you on about?
You're talking guff, mate. Just because you're jealous.
What are you on about?
You're jealous.
How can you finish 17 2 years in a row and spend half a bill?
Because we got the cash, Gabs.
Yeah, but that ain't fair, mate.
See? Jealous.
It ain't fair, Cundy.
No, I agree. Do you know what? I agree with Gabby on this. I totally agree with him.
No.
This has got no.
Win the Europa League,
I'm not picking.
and we can't flipping spend.
I'm not picking sides. I'm telling you now. Villa and Newcastle should be able to spend.
Cry me a river.
No, 100.
Cry me a river.
Jay, listen.
Thank you, Cundy.
I totally agree with him.
Gabs?
Totally agree with him.
Stop crying, mate.
Jamie.
Stop crying,
Totally
mate.
agree with him.
Stop crying.
Jamie.
Gabs.
You're signing rejects from Manchester City.
Good
Marmouche
players,
isn't
mate.
wanted. Savino's a reject. Robertson's a reject from Liverpool, not wanted anymore.
Hold on.
Conor Gallagher's a reject from Atletico Madrid. Spurs are signing rejects.
Hold on a minute. You sold 5 of your best players. All right, you're absolute guff this season. Oh, the rules! Oh, the rules! I thought you was a big club. I thought you was a big club.
Well, we are a big club, but
you're
the
not,
rules
though.
don't let us.
You're not, though.
Because you
Can't
and
spend
your
any money.
cartel, top 6, you and Cundy, don't want Villa in there.
Don't bring me into this. I've got nothing to do with this, Gabby.
Mate, keep you out of it. Only big boys allowed in the top 6, mate. You're not big. You have to sell your best players. We don't have to sell our best players.
17th, right, and go and spend £500 million.
Because we're a big club, Gabs. Stop whinging.
How's that? Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. Thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for two to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
Okay, 6:51, Alan Brazil and Tony Cascarino with you right up to 9 a.m. The weekend sports breakfast here on talkSPORT. Right, headlines. Crystal Palace were defeated 4-1 by City live on talkSPORT last night. Liverpool have agreed a £106 million deal. Unbelievable, isn't it? With PSG for forward Bradley Barcola, who's a top player. Wow. The fee is rising to £123 million with add-ons. We'll discuss this in a moment. And Wrexham, they got beat. They lost 2-1 to Birmingham City in the Hollywood derby in the Championship last night. 2-1 Birmingham winning. Elsewhere today, Liverpool, good game, take on Forest live on talkSPORT at 12:30. So let's discuss Liverpool, Cass. Florian Wirtz, he cost Liverpool 113 million last summer, but the big move, has it worked? He's been all right, hasn't he? Let's be fair to him. He's been okay, but nothing spectacular.
I think you've hit the nail right on the head there, Al. I look at him and I immediately think, when I watched Shirky last night, and it's not on a one-off game, but I'm talking about just the impact that a player can make, who's that type of technical player. And then I'll give you another one, Al. I'd rather have at Liverpool than him. Kieran Dewsbury Hall.
Yeah.
I think he's got more about him. You know, he's a bit more tenacious and he gets on the ball, he scores a goal, and I think, do you know what? Liverpool have paid a hell of a lot of money for a player that fleets in and out of games.
He came with tremendous reputation.
Well, he done brilliant at Bayer Leverkusen, but that hasn't translated to Liverpool. And there's been moments, Al, you'd expect someone so good technically. We've all seen players and played with players that we know are, you know, so gifted, and he clearly is. But his impact on games is minimal. Watching him at Newcastle last week.
Yeah, enjoyed that game, by the way.
Yeah, but watching him and thinking, wow, he's got to do more. He's got to do so much more. And I'm looking at other players and think they're better than him at the moment. You know, and I saw that, I don't know if it was Gary Neville or Jamie Carroll, I can't remember which one, but they were doing the Isaac one. And talking about Isaac, how he destroys Liverpool in the League Cup final. You know, and he was the difference. And I kept thinking, as I'm listening to it, but Lou, you look at the Newcastle team. You go through their midfield, Al, and see what you think about. We go, Ramirez was there, Tonali was there, and Joe Linton. All powerful, all ball winners. And they had one side Harvey Barnes, who's a runner, and the other side they had Murphy, who's a runner. Isak didn't have to go everywhere all over the pitch. They had three powerful midfielders. And yes, Isak was the difference, but it made Isak's game easier.
Yeah.
And he's not got that at Liverpool.
Well, Haaland's a bit like that, isn't he? Haaland doesn't have to go looking for the ball. We used to have to run in channels and stuff. He doesn't. Because he knows there's so much ability about it. Just get in the box in the right place at the right time, the ball will come in.
Service is everything to us, Al. Isn't it? You play centre forward, I play. You can only survive in your the service you got. And I look at Isak and I hope he comes good. I say hope. And he does look a little bit frail at the moment. If Luis Diaz would have still been left wing for Liverpool, I'd be going, that suits him. Because he's a runner. He's going to open spaces. He's going to create. You know, and you had Salah at his very best on the other side. I thought them two, you could go, Isak could get goals.
What about a little bit on Barcola? You know, he looks tremendously direct, pacey.
Well, that's my hope that that he can do what we've just talked about. He'll stretch teams. He'll run at fullbacks. And he's not the most clinical, but he'll cause a lot of havoc with his run ability. Al, we keep going backwards when we talk about players of the past. Think of what Rush was as a forward. Rush was all about service. Was it no Kenny? No Kenny, he ain't getting all the goals.
Correct. Kenny was so brilliant in his mind. He just quick mind. And he'd never take a second touch if you could just lay it into the space of Rushy with one touch. Just deflect it in there. Go on, Rushy, score. He was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, Kenny Dalglish.
And
Rushy, to be fair, that pace, that finish, brilliant.
You just need, as a striker, service. There's
what would they two be worth now?
Oh, priceless. I mean, whatever number you want to make up. You know, you look at players, Al, and I look at Liverpool, and I keep thinking my biggest concern is Wirtz more than Isak, because I think if Isak has the right players around him, he's going to get goals.
Liverpool fans, is it now or never for Wirtz? How much time do you give him to find his best form? 03717 223344. Okay, shortly we're going to be joined by Sam Lee, not Sammy Lee, by the way, Sam Lee from The Athletic, to look at this morning's back pages in more detail. Right, still to come, talkSPORT's Joe Shannon. Joe's going to join us. We'll look ahead to the weekend's action. We're going to look ahead to a massive fight at the O2 Arena tonight. Are you going? Moses Atuma takes on Ergovic live on talkSPORT. I fancy Moses take him out early doors. They're all saying he's durable. This is going to be his toughest fight. Maybe, I may be totally wrong. I think this doesn't go 3 rounds. I don't. And we'll discuss the future of Jack Grealish. That's all still to come. You're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT in partnership with Volkswagen Transporter. Keep your business moving with Volkswagen 5 Plus Promise. The 5 Plus Promise, T's and C's and exclusions apply.
The only ones that don't ever work.
Fine. There's another fine.
It's amazing.
Every time, please. There you go. Every time.
Hold on.
Going in a WhatsApp group. We set one up. Every time these fines come into the play.
So good.
Right, we have a night out in December. One lucky listener of the Sports Bar will be able to come on the night out and spend Cundy's cash.
Hold on. I can't believe I've just seen the Ange mask.
Fine.
Can't happen, mate. Can't happen, mate. That can't happen.
We will
the Chelsea's mentioned too. This is disgusting. Sandbags gear as well. Who done this? Who's right?
I've sat down with management.
No, you haven't.
I have.
There's no way management involved in this.
I sat down with management.
I tell you, right, late to the office.
Yeah.
Right, you better bring lots of cash with you.
I am never late when the red light comes on.
Oh, that's so. Yeah. It says in the office, not studio.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but I decide when I turn up.
It's amazing. This is going to be so much.
How are you though, mate? You've got to
know
watch
what, mate? I'm all right. I'm okay.
Mate, you're looking good.
Listen,
good side.
Yes, on the back of limo bikes, by the way, go and Google them. You want to get to A to B, limo bikes.
Right, add that to the list.
What do you mean?
Promotions.
No, it's fair enough.
Promotions that are not part of the sports bar.
You're making this up. You're like a dictator.
Add it to the list. I was at the British Masters yesterday. I had a great time.
Right, okay,
fantastic.
There you go. Good for you. Well done.
Sir Nick Faldo.
You asked
Legends.
me. I never asked you where you were.
I know.
But
so if you're going to promote stuff,
but
we can both do that.
When I ask you, you can tell me that. You're offering this info. No one cares. I don't care.
Shin pads are a footballer's best friend, even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. They'd been introduced not for leg protection, but instead to give batters a strategic advantage. The idea was that batters could put their leg pads in front of the wicket if they missed the ball, preventing them from being bowled out. Obviously, that all changed when the LBW rule came in, but that was the theory behind them. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Apparently, he'd broken his leg in a match against Sheffield United in 1874 and wanted to stop it from happening again. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads, sewed them into his socks and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. Ta-da! Shin pads. Like all great genius inventors, everyone took the mickey at first. To be fair, he probably looked quite stupid running around with these on. But it's thought his whole Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this protection was pretty important for footballers. Multiple studies have shown wearing shin pads clearly reduces the risk of players getting lower leg injuries. And so in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became a part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says pads must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, and players can get away with a lot. A lot of grassroots clubs are choosing to ban micro shin pads for obvious reasons though, especially after a 15-year-old player from Penistone Church broke his leg while wearing them. Still no change from IFAB though. That's why Grealish and co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
After 7, good morning and welcome. The Weekend Sports Breakfast. I'm Alan Brazil. Millwall Hall of Famer Tony Cascarino. Good morning.
Good morning, Al.
Right. I was just watching that celebration of Cherky scoring a great goal. They were dribbling into the box, brilliant. And Phil Foden comes up with, what a goal, and he just totally blanks him, doesn't he?
Pushes him away a bit.
Hold on a minute.
Now, it might be that sometimes players have an overreaction, don't they? And they score. It's funny. It's funny watching, like, pointing it out. Or,
you have to pull him the dressing room after.
Yeah, well, we would.
Yeah, are you? What are you blanking?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, just a quick one.
Go on,
when
then.
Charlie did the table there, can you remember the time when how many games before the table actually got published in the newspaper?
Yeah, right. I'll have a guess now. Was it after 5 or 6?
No, it's 3.
Or was it 3?
3 games, the table would be up. No luck, we have it now. We have day 1, it's up on the table. But obviously, internet's around
3,
now.
was it?
But no, it used to be 3.
Yeah. Were you ever on that top 3?
Yeah, Millwall. We topped the old Division 1.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
And when I joined Villa, I took Villa to 1st to 2nd by the end of the season, though.
You took Villa?
Oh, well, I joined in the old March, you remember the old March window?
Yeah.
I joined then, and Villa were top, and there was 10 games to go. And we finished 2nd, so I took them from 1st to 2nd. But
where was your favourite club, Marseille or Millwall?
I loved it. Well, Gillingham's got a massive place in my heart. But then,
that.
I had it's the longest club I ever played for, but I loved it. Loads of. I wouldn't have any club. I wouldn't say
Brucey,
even my
was
difficult.
Brucey there?
Yeah. Brucey was 2. I think he's 2 years with me at Gillingham, Steve Bruce. But I my hardest time was Celtic. But take nothing away, I felt I was very fortunate to play at the club because at the history of the football club, I just had a bad time. But
I see the other day, Stuart Slater.
Is he?
Walked in my
I don't know Stuart.
Yeah, he was a lovely kid, really nice. Walked in my mate's local pub. They were having a big Bobby Moore charity thing.
Yeah.
And he was surprised I recognised him, but I do. I remember him.
Very slight when he's
yeah.
Liam Brady took him
Correct,
to Parkhead, didn't he?
Yeah. Celtic the other night. Unbelievable. Anyway, we'll move on. Only a few days left of the transfer window. It seems like time is ticking for Jack Grealish. Now, we were talking about Villa earlier. If Jack's going to go to Everton, would Villa not take Jack back?
I think the manager wouldn't take Jack back.
Really?
I think Unai Emery wants certain players to do certain things, and I'm not sure that Jack ticks them boxes.
See, I hate when people sort of, a player with Jack's ability, running with the ball, strong on the ball, getting in the box. I hate when people say he's a luxury player. I hate that.
Yeah.
It takes to make a team takes all different types.
Yeah, I get
you need your tough defender, especially in the olden days. It's a bit different now. You got to play with the ball, and all this playing out from the back. Oh no, that's the way forward, is it? But it's not the way forward. If you've got great players, they can play from the back.
Yeah,
a decent centre half who's a good battler and a good tackler. He's uncomfortable having the ball back there.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't let, if I was a manager and a coach, I wouldn't let my players do that unless they were capable and comfortable on the ball.
Yeah, well, that's the flaw in some ways of the thinking of a manager, is that if they think a player can do it and we know they can't, because we know in the dressing room, Al, who can play and who can't.
Yeah.
I couldn't do certain things in my game, but I had other things that was an attribute to the team.
Yeah. No, I know. On Grealish, then, back to Jack. I like Jack, me. I really do. And he's been a naughty boy in his time, but crikey, that was normal when we played. It's different now, but we'll look at some of the games he's been absolutely brilliant in. Everton fans really like him. But where's he going? Here's Maresca on Jack's future.
Jack is here until the day that he is here. Again, it's my duty to try to help him, to give us the best, and then we see in the next 4 or 5 days what's happened.
Have you spoken to him about what he wants for this season?
I spoke with Jack almost every day. Yeah.
Thank you.
There you go. So it's Everton, Sunderland.
Do you think, Al, there, when he said, I spoke to Jack every day, do you think that's Jack going in and knocking on his door every day?
I think it's probably an exaggeration every day. Not talk to him every day about his move, is he? Right, what's next for Jack? Rumours he could go back to Villa, though. It's believed he'd like to go back to Everton if he does move. There you go. I'm sure Everton would. Davy Moyes would take open arms. I'm sure he would. Right, back pages. Right, it's time now to look into the back pages with the Athletic. Sam Lee with us now. Morning, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Morning, fellas. Glad to see you doing well, Alan.
Thank you very much, Sam. I'm fine, feeling good. It's a bit strange working with Cass on a Saturday morning, but there you go. Saying that, I'm enjoying it. It's good fun. Sam, what about the back pages? I've not had a chance to go through them all, but plenty in there, Sam.
Yeah. Obviously, there's the game last night. There's Grealish, like you say. There's NDI that City are looking at, and Enzo Fernandez. So it's all kind of City related, and a bit of cricket, of course, with England closing in on a 2-0 test lead in the victory. So it depends where you want to start. I guess the football last night is a good place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, go on, Sam.
Well, I mean, you see, they got the picture there of Cherky surrounded by players, and you think, how does he score from here? But that's just Ryan Cherky, isn't it? You mentioned his celebration before, with like kind of shrugging Foden off, but it just seemed like he was so determined to give a bit to the Crystal Palace fans.
Yeah.
Like he just kind of stared them down on both occasions. And when he got taken off, they were all furious. They were booing him. And after those 2 goals and that kind of showmanship, you just think this guy, like he's the next big Premier League star. I think he's box office, isn't he?
He is absolutely. When he gets in and around the box, his quick feet, as Cass said, his directness, brilliant. Absolutely, I love that. Even the finish, the little deft flick. Because he knows he's got the goalkeeper on toast there, he's got bodies around him, and he just sees a little opening and just flicks it into the net. You don't have to blast balls into the back of the net. That was brilliant. It was a great goal. I love it.
Leave that to Haaland, because that's exactly what he did. Just But it's that beauty and the beast sort of thing, the beauty of what Cherky can do, and also the beast, which is Erling Haaland.
Yeah, well, Cherky was saying afterwards that he was disappointed. He was disappointed with his first half performance, but he was also disappointed because he didn't give Haaland any passes. I think that's the idea. But yeah, you do have those two, such different talents. City, when they signed him, it was on a documentary recently. They looked at all his data and everything, and they think in 2 years he can reach like De Bruyne's level.
Yeah.
And he got 2 assists when he came off the bench last week. He got 2 goals last night. And you think if he can strike up that relationship with Haaland, with the way that he's going with his numbers, it is going to be that kind of De Bruyne level. And obviously Haaland, he scored the first, it was a great header, and then slammed in the second. So he's off the mark as well. They're 2 incredible threats to have, really, for any team.
I find that these stats amaze me, Sam. All right, we're older, but, completed passes, that drives me mad. Look at that, 70%. But he never made one quality opening pass. It's just keeping the ball. Sometimes we overpass, and yet the stats are everything these days when clubs are selling and buying players, It's the certain stats are very important. Good crosses, goals, but just passes, keep retaining possession. It drives me mad, honestly. What do you think, Cass? The game's changed, I know, but...
Yeah, some can be misleading. I think that's the point.
Well, we're talking about Wirtz, right? Wirtz, Sam, I don't know if you heard us earlier, we're talking about Wirtz. He's been okay for Liverpool, but not the player we thought who was coming. He's not been fantastic, has he?
No, definitely not. And that's the thing, isn't it? Like, I think clubs, they do have a mixture, don't they? They get the stats and the profiles and the data, but they've also got people who know the eye test. And we can tell with Wirtz, obviously Sky were trying to show the good things he's doing off the ball last week to try and paint that picture. But at the same time, you just know, don't you? Like, if there's a big fee and if the performances don't match, it's obvious to everybody, really. I suppose it's good that there are ways to demonstrate that he is doing certain things, but but we do know there's other things he has to do more, and you can't dress it up any other way.
Sam, I watched a bit of the cricket yesterday, and the ball was certainly moving, wasn't it? It was a case of England's batsmen stay in there, especially going in at 3 and 4 and 5. Just stay in there, and the ball was moving about with the weather conditions.
Yeah, the old cloud cover. I saw Jofra Archer say they've got plenty of wickets. There's plenty of runs in them on that wicket. So that obviously bodes well going into today. Look, if you're going to bowl a team out in good conditions, you then obviously got to survive those conditions yourself. And that's obviously what England managed to do fairly well. And they're building up that lead nicely. It's probably about time they had some good news. So they're doing well.
Joe out just to a tremendous ball delivery?
Well, look, what can you say about Joe Root at this point? Like we always say that's football, that's cricket, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a delivery like that. You can't do anything about it. But Joe Root's got nothing to prove, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Where are you today? What game are you watching?
I was at the City game last night, so I'm now in London's smallest hotel room, and I'll go back up to Manchester in a bit. So my job's done, but I'll definitely be watching the 5:30 kickoff.
Yeah,
for sure. That's an interesting one for Spurs Newcastle.
Great game.
Yeah, I'm there today, so I'm looking forward to it. And Tonali's come under a bit of scrutiny, hasn't he, in the papers as well, where people are saying it's going back to the data. What chat we just had, where the numbers don't add up great for him as his goals and his assists.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I suppose that's the other side of it. Like, you can maybe overrate a player with stats, but sometimes they don't paint the full picture. It's a bit like Enzo Fernandez at City. I think Tonali and Enzo Fernandez, they give you something that you can't quantify. They do give you a bit of bite. They do give you energy. And you can see why new managers, De Zerbi, Maresca, they're going into teams and they say, this is what I want in the middle. We want somebody to get the crowd going, get the others going to like bit of crash bang wallop in the middle of the field, and that you can't quantify that. So yeah, okay, for that kind of money, maybe you do want more. You want more numbers, but I do think those kind of players do bring something special. I think he is one of those, to be fair. Yeah. But maybe it'll take some time.
Sam, thank you very much. Have a good day. Enjoy the 5:30 game. Sam, the Athletic Sam Lee with us there. You listen, just a quick one. We've got to break. On Tottenham, De Zerbi, the dressing room is real. I know the first game was shocking, but they're really liking him. They're liking his methods, I'm told. The club are, inviting all the players to watch the training. He's interacting with the older players, and there's a good feeling about Spurs. But this is a tricky game, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's
a tricky game, but there's a great feeling at Spurs at the moment.
Yeah, well, there's excitement of buying in players and certain players going out the door, and a new era at Spurs, because Spurs never spent like this, Al, did they?
Yeah, no,
never.
Incredible.
And
I think there's still another one to come in.
Yeah.
Maybe two, but definitely one more to come in. You're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT in partnership with Volkswagen Transporter. Get complete peace of mind with Volkswagen's 5+ promise. T's and C's and exclusions, apply. Next up, right, we'll put the kettle on. We're going to make some time for a cappuccino with Cascarino.
Said that if Chelsea sell Enzo Fernandez, then they'll need to replace him. I said I'm not as worried about that as some people are. You think that Chelsea will go back into the market, do you?
Yeah, I do, but not necessarily for one of the obvious candidates. As I say, I've done a bit of checking into Alex Scott's future this week. Bournemouth very confident of keeping him. They're not anticipating that Chelsea come back with a fresh offer. There's been no inquiry, despite reports to the contrary, for Adam Wharton to this point. One new name emerging overnight is Lamine Camara over at Monaco. It would probably only cost in the region of 50 to 60 million pounds. Young, up-and-coming player, fits the Blueco model, really. And obviously, if they were to sell Fernandes for 125 million and sign him for 60 million, then that is a decent profit.
I don't think it's urgent, and this is why. Chelsea are going to play only about 50 games this season. They're not in Europe, so they'll play League Cup, FA Cup and Premier League, but that's it. Reece James and Caicedo play in a system in which they will always play. Right, they will play. James is going to play in midfield.
He's always fit, Reece James, isn't he?
I'm just. He was fit last season for most of the season, apart from the World Cup.
Until we got to the World Cup, yeah.
He played for Chelsea for most of the season, I think. But one of the reasons he's playing in midfield is because of that reason, right? Because he can't go up and down and play like a wing back anymore. He certainly can't play at the demanding role that is going to be asked of the wing backs in the Xabi Alonso system. So playing him in the central midfield position makes sense, right? He played there last night, played there Monday night. Caicedo will play every game alongside him. If one of those two aren't there, Lavia will step in and play.
Always fit as well.
Henderson will step in and play. Barco, who played in there last night, was very good. He'll step in there and play. And even Jarell Harto has played in there as well.
How's that? Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. Thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for two to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
Hear a bit of Meatloaf tonight, 6 o'clock on Virgin Legends.
You sound like Ricky Gervais who's promoting his own stuff at the Grammys.
No, I'm told to, but I do it for a bit of fun.
Oh, no, you love your music, Alan. Yeah. You always have done. You know.
That was a great album, Bat Out of Hell. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Why are we playing it? Well, according to a story in the papers, a doctor woke up from a bizarre dream about having a mouse in her mouth. What? Only to discover that the nightmare was very, very real. It wasn't a mouth, it was a bat. A bat! Dr. Krista Edelman from Virginia reportedly woke up screaming after feeling the winged creature's hairs. Oh, no. And realising somehow she'd gone to sleep with a bat in her mouth. Get away. How does a bat end up in your mouth, Cass? I've got one, by the way, I see one every night. When dusk comes down, I've got one. I live in a barn, and he's round there. My dog goes mental.
Oh, right.
He goes mental.
Yeah.
I says, "Oh, don't be. You're not going to get near him. Leave it. Leave it. He's been here a lot longer than you."
Oh, don't. Batman and Robin, isn't it?
Oh, dear. But the poor old bat must have been frightened, eh?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that seems an incredible story that I've heard of, you hear sometimes of things that people have had it eaten or something, but they're having a bat in your mouth.
Oh, dear. Horrible. Did any crazy dreams lately, Cass?
No, can't even compare to that, Al. I have the reoccurring dream is my one-on-one with Neville Southall. I've had that more than any other dream.
Have you?
My one-on-one when I was at Gillingham playing against Devon.
Top goal.
Oh, he was an immense goalkeeper. Neville was up there with the very best goalkeepers, I think, ever.
Yeah,
tremendous.
Yeah, yeah.
Not because he saved
but
my
one-on-one. You would have scored against him, wouldn't you?
I think I did. I scored at Everton. Yeah, for Villa. I scored at Goodison.
I used to love playing at Goodison.
Yeah.
It's a good ground for me, Goodison.
Yeah,
I got a couple up there one year and scored against them for Ipswich. Yeah, no, Everton, great atmosphere. Goodison was brilliant.
Yeah.
We beat them 4-0 up there with Ipswich, and we come back a couple of weeks later in the Cup and they beat us. And the noise was the noisiest I've heard.
Yeah.
It was magic. Not for us, because... by the way, as Everton players went off the pitch, they were throwing cushions at them from the main stand, applauded us off the pitch, and then a couple of 2-3 games later, we went back and they beat us in the cup. Oh, it was brilliant. Lovely.
Yeah, great atmosphere there.
Right, it's story time. So let's all right. Remember Batman and Robin, Jamie and Jason. I gotta do my head in them two now. In fact, when I was in the hospital struggling, I couldn't sleep. I put them on, and I'm trying not to laugh because I've got a scar the whole way across my body, and I'm laughing my head off in the middle of the night, and so the boys, Batman and Robin, are back with the game day phone in at 5:30, taking your calls on today's matches. Okay, 5:30, get your calls in. Right, Cass, it's cappuccino time. It's sorry time. So let's put the kettle on.
A cappuccino with Cascarino on the weekend sports breakfast. I say.
Looking forward to this, Cass.
Well, I normally tell a story of of things that happened to me in the game, blah blah blah. But because you were coming in now, I wanted to tell people my first meeting with you or doing my first show with you. You probably won't remember, but it was early 2000s because you've been here since 2000, isn't it? I mean,
Year 2000.
I think I was about 2002, 2003 when I'd come back from France out.
All right.
And I'd been offered a job at the Times as doing a column week in, week out.
Well, that's a good old job, that is. The
Yeah,
Times.
no, I love doing it, and it was all
Well, the
based.
Star, maybe, but the Times. Well, you're right up there.
No, I was lucky. I got offered to do something a little bit different. The main guy at the Times, sports editor, wanted to do a column about things that I spoke about off the book. So I came back, and I was back. It was about 2003, maybe 2002. And I came in, I did a show with you, Al, and I remember coming in, sitting in the studio, and obviously you're driving the show and everything, but I didn't feel like you knew much about me, and you didn't say too much, and we done the first half hour, as you do, and then from nowhere you went, do you like a drink? Right, and I've gone, well, yeah, now and again, Al, I'm not a big drinker, but I'll go out for a drink, and, I'll have a drink, and you went, oh, thank God for that. So I started laughing. Like now, you went, do you want one now?
I did not.
No, you said you just want a little glass. You said to me, you want a little glass? And I said, if you want out. We didn't have one, but you said to me, do you want to have one? And from that moment...
the show.
It was 6:30 in the morning now.
Oh, couldn't have been. No.
Al,
no.
you
make
said to me...
Jack and Ori.
No, Al. Look, I'm telling you, you did. Because you were asked if I like to drink, and then you said you want one.
Well, try to liven you up, Cass.
Right, but what made me laugh is that from that moment, I got out the way you were, and then years later, I remember coming in, done a show with you, and you went, and I'm going to ask you how he is today, because I don't know, but you said to me, do you want to come for a drink after the show? And I said, yeah. And it was like 10 o'clock in the morning, we finished, and you went, Millwall Billy's going to pick us up.
Yeah.
Me driver.
Yeah.
Me cabbie.
Billy Cab, yeah.
Millwall, is he still around?
Oh, yeah, still around, yeah.
He's unemployed now. He ain't got you.
No, he dropped this morning.
Oh, he did? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say hello to Millwall Billy for me. And we went to the Gun.
Yeah.
Your famous
Great,
Gun.
yeah.
I remember laughing so much about between 10 and 1, and you chatting, and we're talking stories, and it felt like it was like late afternoon, and it was 1 o'clock, and you went,
I know, that's
should we go for Canary Wharf to have a couple? And I went, I can't now, I've got to go. So
I remember that now.
But why I've told this is because that to me was a big moment of like just fun. You know what I mean? You go out with someone, you don't.
Cass, in that time, if I'm being dead honest, what years were you at Millwall with Teddy? What years?
I was there 87 till.
Yeah, see, I was in America. That's why.
Right.
I wasn't in America. What am I talking? I was in Switzerland.
Switzerland.
Yeah, I'd finished at 87. 1987. I was over. My back was.
Yeah,
done.
well, I'm a few years younger than you.
Well, I was 27 then.
Yeah, right.
And I got a chance to go to Australia and then Switzerland. So that's why I was out of it a bit.
Oh, right, out of the loop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought it was. I mean, I know because all other ex-players have worked with you. My mate Andy Townsend obviously has come in, and we laugh and sort of think. You were so like one of the characters in our dressing rooms as well, you know what I mean?
It was like that.
Just a good lad and, enjoy your football, do your best, give you all, that sort of attitude. But I just wanted to mention that sort of coming in. And the funniest thing was...
It couldn't have been 6:30. It had to be.
It was the first... Al, it was the first news break, right? So we start at 6 o'clock, we have the 6:15 break, and then we go to first news. The first news. And as we're waiting, you went, do you like a drink? And I went, oh, I don't mind. And then you went, oh, thank God for that. It's like
how can I explain? For me, this was, doing radio.
But you were used to this, all this.
I know, but doing radio was, my main life was football.
Yeah,
playing football, right? This was a bit of fun,
Yeah. No, I get, but that comes across in a good way. That you've always loved doing the job, and you don't take anything too seriously.
No, I never.
One thing I've always said, why listeners love listening to you is because they're living their life, and some of the funny things that happen, you relate to them.
When I talk about what I've been doing or what I'm not bragging. I'm just trying to.
Some people laugh because it's.
I'm trying to bring people in and say you didn't do that. It's not bragging. It's just enjoying life.
Yeah, no, and you certainly have done, and your life has.
As a wheelman to the theatre cast 4 months ago, I thought I've had 3 lives here. Yep.
Yeah.
See you later, everyone. I thought that was it.
No, I know. I listened to you, Al, and thankfully you're fine, and hopefully make a full recovery. But it's the early Alan Brazil, and it's still the same Alan Brazil to me.
Thank you. Very kind, very kind. And I've had so many brilliant messages from listeners, which I can't thank you enough. I mean, it's fantastic. And it drives me to keep doing this for another, well, obviously not another 20-odd years, but I can certainly get another 5, 10 out of this, definitely. That was Cappuccino with Cass. Up next, we'll look ahead to the massive heavyweight fight at the O2. And later in the show, former Spurs and Newcastle midfielder, and I'm sure he's from Ipswich, Rule Fox will be with us to look ahead to the 5:30 kickoff between his two former sides.
Emmanuel Petit joined the station yesterday and spoke on the difference that he could make to this Liverpool side.
On the left flank, this guy can make so many differences. And this is what missing as well with Liverpool, you know, the speed, something that can be fast, you know, running with the ball, you know, that can not scare, you know, of fighting against defenders. And this is exactly what they are missing at Liverpool. They have good players, but they need, you know, modern football is based on the fast players, you know, who can make this decision within a few seconds, you know, can make differences, you know, with the ball. And I don't think many players, you know, at Liverpool actually for that.
Well, he's right, Gabby, isn't he? Oh. I mean, it's not all about pace, but I tell you what, nowadays, if you
pace kills, Ali.
Oh my
Come
goodness!
on.
Well, you know better than MD. You know better than MD, mate.
Pace kills, Ali, and Liverpool would be interesting how they set up now, Ali, with Barcola in the team, because they could half in certain games, Ali, sit back a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Bring the opposition out and Barcola on the counter. Ooh.
I agree with you. However, I think that'd be very, very difficult to do for any Liverpool side at Anfield.
Yes,
because I'm not
more
sure
away from home.
The fans just, and quite rightly, encourage them to go and attack, and have been used to that for years and years. So I hear what you're saying, but I think it'd be very difficult.
That threat though as well, Ali. You know, like just having that pace.
Yeah.
Like Sean says, it scares defenders.
Of course it does.
You're okay. Right side centre half's got to squeeze over and double up on Barcola. You can't leave him 1v1. He's ripping any defender in the Premier League 1v1. He's unstoppable, Ali. You can't be quick and tall and long strides and everything. Like, he's a different animal.
7:34. By the way, thank you for a lot of kind messages coming in here, Cass.
Yeah, good.
Enjoying it. Yeah, really, really good. And Craig the caddy, he's up at the Belfry. Big Celtic man, Craig.
Is he?
Yeah. He's I'll tell you about him later. Brilliant guy. He said, I'm at the Belfry. Listen, can't believe it on a Saturday. So it's lovely. Thank you. Right, former Nancy striker Tony Cascarino. You played at Nancy?
Nancy, yeah. I had I played there 3.5 years, Al, and done really well. It was one of my proudest moments.
You're obviously speaking fluent French now.
I'm not bad, Al. It's 26 years ago since I left.
Yeah.
And I got two boys that live there, both French speaking.
But are you not down Monaco in the casino there?
I go to Marseille.
Speaking fluent French?
I go to Marseille and meet the ex-players, and we all have a reunion every now and again, which is great. It's a privilege. Marseille's an incredible football club.
Top of the table?
After one game. Yeah, they beat Strasbourg 4-0. So, they're flying at the moment. But that won't last long in Marseille.
Some of the headlines you're waking up to this morning. Bayern Munich started their Bundesliga title defence with a comfortable 5-1 victory over Stuttgart. But Phil Newman struck twice as Birmingham City beat Wrexham to earn their first championship win of the season. And with deadline day approaching, there's loads of stories making the news on the talkSPORT website. Here's Sean O'Brien with the very, very latest.
Lots happening on talkSPORT.com, but let's start in the world of golf, where one media brand is facing some serious backlash. Good Golf has been severely criticised for producing an advert in partnership with Callaway, which shows a woman being pushed to the ground. It's caused a serious storm in the golf world, and you can get more on that over at talksport.com/golf. Elsewhere, find out how Argentina got their World Cup ban softened and why Mohamed Salah's new manager tried but failed to resign. That's all over on talksport.com.
Now, tonight, I'm sorry, I'm looking at this message here, Cass. Listening to Tony telling his story this morning. I'm at the Belfry working at the British Masters. This is Craig, the caddy.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a quick story. So Craig come down, he's big pal Neil Lennon.
Right.
And Lenny's side were playing at Charlton.
Right.
And he says, can I come and see you after the show? He said, we'll have a couple, then I've got to get over, get my head down, have a sleep, and get over to the game tonight. And we're, wee Lenny, right? And I said, yeah, no problem. So we got the gun. Right, we do the show. He comes in, you see the last hour of the show. I says, come on, wee man, here we go. We get down the gun. So he calls me the next day. He went, He said, what'd you do to me? He said, I got back to my hotel, I had a quick kip. And says, Lenny's been chasing me all night. Where are you? I slept right through it. I had to get the train back to Glasgow. Missed my lift and everything.
You were telling me on air, saying, I couldn't have done that at 6:30. I wouldn't have done that at 6:30 in the morning.
It's Martin Calmer's caddy, right? He's
right, yeah.
Big Celtic man, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, tonight, over at the O2, Ituma against Hergovic. It's the biggest test of Moses' heavyweight career. So far as he takes on Hergovic at the O2 Arena, and it's live for you here on talkSPORT.
What's at stake? Of course, it's the biggest fight of my life.
There is the destructive power of this exciting teenager.
He's the best I've seen since Muhammad Ali.
Moses Itama gets the biggest win of his professional life. Moses Itama! That's it! Recovered from that. Down went Franklin, and now Moses Itama bows to his crown.
This is the hardest fight, professional, amateur, the threat, the opposition.
With respect to Filip Hrgović, Moses Itama is going to go through him.
I don't buying that story, that hype. I'm not buying that.
Don't buy it, you'll see it.
Oh, it's going to be, I think it's explosive. Heavyweights, anything can happen, can't it?
Yeah.
There's not, but this guy, he reminded me of Tyson. When I first saw him, I thought, who is this guy? He punches so hard, but it's the speed of his punches and the movement of his feet. He's like a middleweight. I was going to say a cruiserweight, but he's quicker.
Well, Al, if you just go, we talked about data in football a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
He's had 14 fights, only 31 rounds.
Yeah.
So that's
a big worry, I suppose, for some people. They say this guy's no mug. He will test him. He can take a punch. Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
I think this guy is just special. I do.
Absolutely agree.
Right, talkSPORT pundit Spencer Oliver thinks Ituma is a superstar in waiting. Spencer says we get not just a British heavyweight champion, but a new global heavyweight champion, Moses Atuma. He's really Spencer. Spencer knows his boxing, doesn't he? I love his enthusiasm as well. But he knows, and he said this guy is special. For more on this, we can speak to former Team GB boxer turned pundit Ruth Raper. Good morning, Ruth. How are you? Morning.
Hi, Ruth.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Great.
Yeah, great.
Ruth, this is, look, I'm not taking anything away from the opponent here, but I do love Moses Atuma. I just love everything about him. You know, he's not full of himself. He's very down to earth. Big guy, powerful, but it's the speed and the punches where they come from. I think he's very special, Ruth. Really.
Well, you said exactly the right word there, Alan. Special. You know, as boxing fans and people in the boxing media especially, we're always looking out for the next big thing. I think Moses is exactly that. He's the next big thing. He's like, a lot of people compare him to Tyson, like you just did, because he's so explosive. But honestly, and I'm going to get ripped for this, but in my opinion, looking at him this early on in his career, he's a lot more well-rounded. He can box on the back foot. Like you said, he moves like a middleweight. He can knock you out going backwards. He can knock you out going forward. Some people like to compare him to Usyk because he has got that movement and he has got that technical ability. But here's the difference. Moses can knock you out in the first round. Usyk has to wear you out before he knocks you out.
Yeah.
I really think Moses is going to be dominating the heavyweight scene for a long time now.
Ruth, and adding on to that, is there a danger for Moses that if he wins and he wins really comfortable tonight, like Alan's suggesting, I think likewise, you probably would again agree on that sort of the way the fight would pan out. Is there a problem for him that actually getting opponents to actually go in the ring with him? I know that people say, oh, money, but knowing that this guy can be that dangerous.
I don't think so, because I think there's other heavyweights that are going to believe in their self, and they're probably going to be thinking, just like Philip did, we need to get this guy early. So, for example, there's a fighter called Frank Sanchez out there, very experienced fighter, very technical fighter. There's Ajit Caballero, another one of Frank Warren fighters. Ajit Caballero is an incredible fighter, incredible. So there are going to be fighters that are going to be looking to take him on, and they're going to be looking to take him on sooner rather than later because he is so young and so inexperienced. But again, don't Filip Hrgović is a serious test. No one that Moses has faced so far comes anywhere near Filip Hrgović. He's got a chin. He's tough. He's experienced. His jab is incredible. And now I genuinely believe we're getting the best version of Filip Hrgović because he's teamed up with Abel Sanchez, who's an incredible coach. So listen, I personally think we're going to see something special. We're going to see the crowning of the new king. But if anyone's going to test him, it could be Filip Hrgović. Yeah. He's genuinely a top 5 heavyweight. He's no bum.
Yeah. Ruth, what do you suggest, or what do you say to people who say, well, we don't know about Moses. Can he take a punch? Well, no one's hit him yet. Is that a worry, or is it, only he knows? In sparring he'd have taken a few hits. And I've not heard anyone say yet that, I had him down in sparring, or I watched him get knocked down in sparring. I've heard none of that. So I suggest that he's either too good for them or he can take a punch.
Yeah, probably a little bit of both. I mean, normally with sparring, you do end up hearing stories, like with all the other heavyweights. You end up hearing these stories, these little myths about somebody putting them down in sparring. I've never heard anything like that about Moses. But honestly, I think we're focusing on the wrong thing. Like, as fans, we love to talk about the negatives and we love to talk about things that we're not sure about. He's inexperienced. He's, like you said, he's only had 30-something rounds. But what we do know is this guy has got talent like I'm not sure we've ever seen before. And in boxing, let's say from a promoter's point of view, for example, there's 2 things that you're always going to look for in fighters. You want A, the number 1 heavyweight. B, you want the number 1 pound-for-pound fighter. In my opinion, we could be looking at a fighter who is not only the number 1 heavyweight, but also he's going to be right up there in the pound-for-pound list, and now that's something special.
Out of the 14 fights he's had, Moses, who would you say, Ruth, has given him the toughest time?
Well, no one's given him even the slightest bit of challenge. I mean, he fought Franklin, and really that wasn't about whether he was going to win or not. It was about whether he could stop him, because none of the elites before Moses could stop him, and he stopped him easily. So this fight, You know, it's not like this is his first test. This is by far a massive, it's a huge step up. It's hard to kind of articulate how big of a step up this is. I genuinely think Philip's got the capability of beating near enough every heavyweight out there. I'm not saying he would definitely beat them, but it'd be a great fight. And yeah, we've got Moses going in there at 21 years old, 30-something rounds under his belt. But you know, like you said, Alan, he moves like a middleweight. It's bizarre. Most heavyweights have not got the capabilities technically like the lower weights. But what's so exciting here? Not only has he got that technical capability, he's going to try and knock you out. He describes himself as an IQ puncher, and I love that because he's saying, "I'm a smart fighter. I study this game, but I'm also going to knock you out."
Brilliant, Ruth. We can't wait. Listen, great to talk to you this morning. Enjoy the fight tonight. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ruth.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
There you go, Ruth Draper there. It will be a cracker.
Yeah, it sounds it, doesn't it?
So that was a look ahead to Tuma against Hrgovic. And Hrgovic is, you know, some people you see in the weigh-ins and all that. And, no, he looks confident himself. I think he feels, no one's tested you. I'm going to test you. So I'll look forward to it. Right, that's a Tuma event against Hrgovic with DAZN. Join DAZN Ultimate for 185 plus fight nights, and 12 plus pay-per-view events every year, including a Tuma Hrgovic and also Ryan Garcia versus Conor Benn, all included at no extra cost.
Big fight build-up on talkSPORT with DAZN. Tonight, witness history as Moses bids to become Britain's youngest ever heavyweight world champion, exclusively on DAZN Saturday Fight Night.
Okay, up next, looking ahead. It's going to be great. Up next, we're going to look ahead to a huge weekend of football with talkSPORT's Joe Shannon. And later on, presenter and Liverpool fan Sam Quek will be with us. Looking ahead to talkSPORT's commentary game, 12:30, as Liverpool take on Forest. Should be a cracker. You're listening to the Weekend Sports Breakfast. Tony Cascarino and me, Alan Brazil, on talkSPORT.
So he was shouting, apparently, Allez l'homme, go Olympique Marseille, which, of course, is like putting oil in water when it comes to Lyon fans. They absolutely detest Olympique Marseille, and they detest Guendouzi, and they showed that in their reaction. Simon, who's more at fault in these flashpoints, though? Ferreira, the goalkeeping coach, reacted in a big way, and that led to widespread scuffles. Is it the provocateur, who in this case is Guendouzi, or is it those who take the bait? In this case, the Lyon fans, the Lyon players, and the Lyon goalkeeping coach?
Well, there's degrees of responsibility and culpability, but Guendouzi is the fire starter. Guendouzi's behaviour, as it was when he played in this country and decided that he could run around a football pitch telling everyone how poor they were in comparison to him, which ultimately got him shipped out of Arsenal.
Who did he tell that how much he
Neil
earned?
Maupay.
Neil Maupay of Brighton. Yeah.
And I think it was Wenger, wasn't it? Had just about enough of him and said that.
It was Arteta.
Was it Arteta?
Yeah, he did enough of him.
Sorry, it was Arteta who binned him off. And here he goes again. Now, people are responsible for their own behaviour. So everybody is culpable, and everybody in terms of the professionals on the field, the players, and the support staff that have got involved, it should have a consequence for it.
Yeah.
But he should have the primary consequence, because without his provocation, without his antagonising nature, without his ridiculous over egging of the pudding and baiting and inflammatory, the fans are not professional footballers.
How's that? Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. Thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for two to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
To say why?
Oh no, you know why. Don't you give me that rubbish. You know why. Good morning. Weekends Breakfast live on YouTube and on your smart TV. Right. I am Brazil. Yeah, Saturday morning and Tony Cascarino alongside me. Lulu, we Glasgow bird.
Yeah.
With Florida, Scotland. Lovely Lulu. Right, why are we playing it? Well, it's been a difficult week for the Scottish sides, isn't it? Rangers will be without European group stage football for the first time since 2017, and Derek McInnes, manager, is under severe pressure. Hearts had the only positive result, an impressive win over Rapid Vienna on penalties. Did they? I thought Hearts went out.
No, Motherwell went out. I think
Hearts
Celtic Rangers.
I hope so.
Hibs.
Double check that. They're definitely through Hearts.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
They won a penalty shootout.
That's a great... Oh, 2-2 it's finished, isn't it? And they've won on penalties.
Yeah.
I didn't see the penalties. That's brilliant. So elsewhere, here we go. Celtic said goodbye to Champions League football after losing 5-4 on aggregate to Lask. Tony, I watched the first game.
Yeah, I
Celtic
did.
Park. And thank God that third goal went. And this is me watching it thinking, we needed that.
They were dangerous.
They were dangerous. On the
tell.
attack, you thought, hello, this is not over. And then the third one, and then when Celtic scored over there, you thought, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's over. Oh, thank God. And then I was listening on radio. Again, I couldn't sleep. And I was lying in bed listening. I thought, no, I don't believe this. I don't believe. Amazing. Of course, I got pelters the next day on talkSPORT on breakfast. Yeah. And then Rangers. Oh, dear. Rangers were abysmal by all accounts. Ali told me, he said, I can't believe what I'm watching.
Yeah, I didn't see the game. Only reading the reports, but it was a disastrous week without a doubt, Al.
Yeah.
I mean, I said earlier that Martin O'Neill had a sort of Thomas Tuchel moment when, Argentina, when everyone started to defend and Celtic knew. You just knew watching the game.
Celtic just sat back.
Well, if you retreat and then they eventually score, then you're snookered. You've ended up having everybody defender coming on to try and keep it so you're through.
Yeah.
And they paid the ultimate price. And to be fair, Martin's come on and faced it and said, down to me. Down to me.
It was very disappointing. Really was. Great nights at Parkhead, European nights. And as at Ibrox. Ibrox was jumping as well with European nights. And of course now, Rangers, Lulu, you heard of their Eurovision. Well, that's their only hope of Europe, isn't it? Rangers bring out a song. Now,
I was at Celtic when we lost to Neuchâtel, Switzerland, 5-1.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that was a bad night for Celtic as well.
I played over in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Second division, Baden, FC Baden in Zurich.
Right.
I loved it. Great time.
Switzerland's got some beautiful parts.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah. Go back to Rangers now. So Derek, I thought he'd be a big success at Rangers.
We all did. Yeah.
Anyway, he's got two massive... They go to Aberdeen this weekend, don't they? They go to Aberdeen today, I think.
Away, yeah.
Yeah, and that's not an easy fixture. Then they got Falkirk. Then they get two Celtic games, two Old Firm games.
Well,
they need something. They definitely need something. I think they need a draw, at least, at Aberdeen. They've got to beat Falkirk. Then the first Celtic game's at Ibrox, so that gives them a better chance. But he looks, he must be saying, what has happened here? What have I done? What's happened? Because that's his boyhood club, isn't it, Derek?
Yeah.
So he'll turn it around. I'm sure he will. But will they give him the time? Scottish football, though, teams in Europe, Cass. It's not good. I keep looking for the next sort of superstars coming down to England. I don't see it. So there's definitely something wrong. St George's Park with England got things going again. Scotland have got to do. They've got to find the money and get an academy going for young Scots because the talent is there. We're just not finding them. We're not nurturing them through better. It's wrong. Wrong.
Scottish football is really struggling now, and it's also the academy system of producing players, whether they're coming to England at a very young age and, leaving Scottish football, the SPL, is a league that's a bit of an also run now, Al.
Yeah.
That's what it's become.
Yeah, no, I agree. Have we got time? Can we look ahead of the weekend's action with Joe? Right, okay. Look back on last night's clash at Selhurst. Big win for City. And the big games coming up this weekend with talkSPORT's own Joe Shannon. Joe, morning, Joe.
Morning, Alan. Morning, Cass. How are you?
We're good, Joe.
Sorry, Joe, we're blathering on a bit here, so...
No, Alan's Desert Island Disc. He keeps talking about his music show he's got on later.
Joe, first of all, last night, what'd you make of it? City really good?
They were excellent, I thought, boys. If you look at the goals that they scored, the quality of the finishing, Ryan Cherky was just a pleasure to watch last night. I mean, that first goal that he scored, he's like a little magician, isn't he? He's dancing in the penalty area. He skips beyond 3 or 4 players, and he's still got that little touch to poke it past the goalkeeper. He was a delight. Thought Anderson was very good.
Yeah.
Haaland took his goals really well. Foden looked bright once Cherky had got off, and Foden was moved to the number 10 position. So for me, they've looked really promising. When you think about where they were after the Community Shield, it's 2 wins in 2. And last night was very good.
Joe, how did City keep finding magicians? Because, if we go back a little bit and we go David Silva, that's what he was, a magician. Little lad, got on the ball, made things happen. Then you had Bernardo Silva as well. They find this player, don't they, that is sort of only the type that Man City gets so often. And I haven't even spoke about De Bruyne. I'm just about these type of players.
There's something about them, isn't there? Finding players with these enigmatic kind of qualities, these mesmeric dribbling ability that we saw with Ryan Cherky last night. Something with regard to Manchester City seems to attract these kind of players. And look, I think if you're a City fan at the moment, it's quite exciting. Yes, there are big players who've been let go. Yes, there are big numbers of players who've been let go. But I thought Buadi, when he came on last night, looked very steady, looked very calm, very at ease. Only 18 years of age. He's going to be a terrific player. Enzo Fernandez, we're expecting to come to the club. He's going to bolster that midfield even more. As I say, I thought Anderson was excellent last night. So there are signs already under Enzo Maresca that City are moving on, they're moving forward, they're leaving the Pep Guardiola era behind. And last night was something of a statement, although I have to say, Alan and Cass, I thought Crystal Palace were really poor.
What about, Joe, before we just touch on 1 or 2 games the weekend, Palace, the atmosphere, we know the fans are really unhappy with the club. What was the atmosphere like last night before City took over?
The atmosphere was good, Alan. It was lively. It was obviously buoyant and quite excited. First home game of the season and all that. First home game for Pierre Sarge. But it maybe lacked that intimidation factor that we've seen at Selhurst over recent seasons. The Holmesdale fanatics, the Holmesdale ultras, whatever you want to call them, were great at creating an intimidating atmosphere. That didn't quite feel like it was there last night. And once City went ahead, it was pretty routine.
Joe, there's 4 games today, kicking off with Liverpool, Notts Forest. Are you at a game,
Nottingham
Joe?
Forest,
Nottingham Forest.
Don't say
Nottingham Forest.
yes. Look, that's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? First game at home for Iraola. There were positives and negatives, I think, for him to take from the draw at Newcastle last weekend. Forest have got a decent record at Anfield over recent seasons, so they can carry that into it. But I think they've looked a little flat so far. I think like a number of teams in the Premier League, Cass, they look like they need reinforcements, don't they? Oliver Glasner's made it very clear he needs new players in to get the best out of his squad.
What about just one last one, Joe? Newcastle losing players. Tottenham can't stop spending. How do you see this one going?
It's unbelievable, isn't it, Alan? The amount of money that they put in, the money that they've spent on Savinho, or is it Savio now? I think it is Savio. The money that they've spent is remarkable. They didn't click at all against Brentford. That was a tough game for them. They clicked in midweek against Charlton in the League Cup, so I think it'd be very interesting to see if they can take that into the Premier League. I think we'll see goals, no doubt about it. This could be a 2-2, 3-2, 4-2. It's going to be exciting, I think.
And Newcastle's record against Spurs away from home is very, very, very good. I think they've won 3 of the last 4 against Spurs away from home, and have the best record of the teams against Tottenham. So this is not going to be easy. Now, I'm told Tottenham might have 1, maybe even 2 more players still yet to come in. Joe, enjoy the weekend, mate. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Right, this is the Weekend Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT in partnership with Volkswagen Transporter. Volkswagen's 5+ promise is included when you purchase a selected vehicle. T's and C's and exclusions apply. Coming next, we'll speak to ex-Cov and Hull defender Sam Ricketts as the 2 newly promoted sides, they go head-to-head this afternoon.
I've got to stop you there, right? Because I've heard this guff from you and Gabby today, all right? Going on about Spurs overspending, overpaying for players.
Whoa,
all right?
wait,
And I can't believe Crookie has got the cheek to come on here as a Man United fan and say that Belieber's a good deal at 70 million. He was guff last season. He didn't play.
I think you'll find Belieber at 70 million is going to be better value for money than Savinho at 85.
Oh, mate, you're talking absolute crap.
I'll have a little bet for you. Let's have a little bet. Who has the better season?
You signed Anthony for 75 million. You sold Pogba for £100 million.
What's going on here? Why are you two falling out?
No, but
hold on, what's going on?
Because I keep hearing Crookie go on like Man United are doing good deals.
What's happening here? Why are you two
and
rowing?
Spurs are spending too much money on players. Like,
We'll
you're
have a
having a laugh.
forfeit at the end of the season, Jamie. Jason can judge at the end of the season whoever makes more impact for their club, Belieber or Savinho. The loser has to do a show. You do it in a United shirt. I'll
Hold
do
on,
it in a
Crookie.
shirt.
Savinho could score 25 goals this season, and Cundy will still say Belieber's at it.
Belieber's going to be the better player.
Belieber's
going to be the better player.
It's a pointless bet.
No, he will be.
I'm just sick to death of seeing Crookie come on, going on like Spurs, just because we've got cash to spend, right? And we're throwing it about, right? And everyone's getting yumper about it.
Hold on.
You know what you are, Jamie?
What's
you know
going
what Tottenham
on?
are? You know when you're a kid and you get your first Saturday job, right? It could be at a supermarket, it could be in a restaurant, it could be in a bar, and you get your first pay packet and you spend it in 24 hours.
What's wrong with you two? Jay.
Windows.
We've all done it, mate. Went out and bought Bentley with my signing on.
Jay. Wait, there. Hold on. Calm down, you two.
Shin pads are a footballer's best friend, even if players like Jack Grealish do wear such small ones you can barely even see them. But what's the story with shin pads, and are there any rules on how big they should be? It all started with cricket, actually. Cricketers had been wearing shin pads since the 1700s. They'd been introduced not for leg protection, but instead to give batters a strategic advantage. The idea was that batters could put their leg pads in front of the wicket if they missed the ball, preventing them from being bowled out. Obviously, that all changed when the LBW rule came in, but that was the theory behind them. It was thanks to this guy that shin protection made its way over to football. Meet Samuel Widdowson. He was a cricketer and a footballer. He played for Nottingham Forest back in the late 1800s, and he wanted a way to protect his legs from nasty tackles. Apparently, he'd broken his leg in a match against Sheffield United in 1874 and wanted to stop it from happening again. Naturally, his mind drifted to his other favourite sport, where players had been wearing these pads. Story goes, Widdowson cut up his cricket pads, sewed them into his socks and popped them on before taking to the footy pitch. Ta-da! Shin pads. Like all great genius inventors, everyone took the mickey at first. To be fair, he probably looked quite stupid running around with these on. But it's thought his whole Nottingham Forest team then began wearing them from 1887, and the first known use of them in a match was in 1894, in a match between Newcastle and the then Woolwich Arsenal. Eventually, FIFA clocked on that this protection was pretty important for footballers. Multiple studies have shown wearing shin pads clearly reduces the risk of players getting lower leg injuries. And so in 1990, basically 100 years after Widdowson first put them on, shin pads were made compulsory. It became a part of Law 4 of IFAB. That's the body responsible for setting the laws of the game internationally. But the law doesn't actually specify anything about measurements of shin pads. It just says pads must be made of a suitable material and be of an appropriate size to provide reasonable protection. It's really vague, and players can get away with a lot. A lot of grassroots clubs are choosing to ban micro shin pads for obvious reasons though, especially after a 15-year-old player from Penistone Church broke his leg while wearing them. Still no change from IFAB though. That's why Grealish and co can still get away with these ones, which are no bigger than a credit card and which seem to offer little to no protection whatsoever.
Okay, 6 minutes past 8 o'clock. Good morning, the Weekend Sports Breakfast. I'm Alan Brazil. Former Republic of Ireland striker Tony Cascarino. Good morning. How are we out there? Right, coming up in the last hour of the morning show, we're going to look ahead to today's early fixtures as Liverpool, they take on Forest. The first time in the Anfield dugout for Iriola.
No, it's definitely a special moment for me. To play your first Premier League game at Anfield, everything goes well and I can enjoy also the game.
Yep, that's live on talkSPORT from 11. Plus, we'll continue looking ahead to all the weekend's action in the Premier League and the EFL. And we have a huge night of boxing ahead as Moses Atuma takes on Filip Hrgovic at the O2 in London. It's a massive, massive fight. And we have it live here on talkSPORT for you. Call us on 03 717 223344. Have your say. We look forward to all on the weekend's breakfast with me, Big Al, and him, Tony Cascarino. Okay, Cass, I was talking about West Ham as well. Did you ever any animosity with West Ham in your Millwall days?
No, I mean, obviously, there was always, an issue between the two fans. The groups of fans. It's always feisty, quite toxic. I've gone over to West Ham a couple of times, and especially when they're in the bowling ground, and not got on a train because I've decided to take a tube, and I parked my car at Bromley by Bow.
Yeah.
Get on the tube to go 3 stops to West Ham, and I remember once standing there, and the doors opened, and they've all spotted me, West Ham fans, and they literally give me a bit of stick, and then I went, all right, I'll get the next train.
Did you?
Yeah, because I just had to let it go. And that was only when I first just come back. But look, I think it's better. I mean, Millwall fans or West Ham fans might say it's not, but it feels like it's a bit better than it used to be. I hope so. I mean, they're essentially the same sort of fans. They're very, feisty.
I have a load of cab drivers pick me up. They're all Millwall.
Yeah, well, around here you would do, Al, if you're picking around London Bridge. Yeah, there's a lot of Millwall. If you go south of the river, it's all Millwall. Yeah, but if you go east, it's all West Ham, isn't it? And they have a huge
Tottenham,
support.
a lot of Tottenham, and Arsenal, I suppose. Yeah,
it's the London thing. But yeah, I played in the Simod Cup game. Do you remember the Simod Cup? Upton Park, 'cause I say the bowling ground, but it's Upton Park to me, played there. And I think Alvin Martin played that day as well. He was at the centre half for West Ham, and all you could hear was sirens as the game was going on. It was so, there was so much going on around, and it felt a strange game. It felt a really strange game. But hopefully, and I really do have my fingers crossed on this one, that because the first meeting I'm working on is Millwall West Ham, and that's
some game,
in September.
Because Millwall have started well. West Ham are struggling a little bit at the moment.
Oh yeah. I mean, Millwall got a big game today. They're at Southampton.
Yeah,
real toughie today. A team that was done really well last year. Okay, haven't started as well, but it's still a really big one for them.
Yeah, talking to West Ham, the new start of the Championship life has not been great for the Hammers. Yet to win their first 2 games, they travel north of the M25 to take on Watford at Vicarage Road this afternoon. Not an easy game. Watford are a funny old side. They can be great and they can be poor. But if they fancy it, this is a tough game. Just that opening game, West Ham, throwing it away up at Burnley. And, you want to get a good start when you've been relegated. And at the moment, it's not happened, but it's early days yet.
Yeah.
That match between Watford and West Ham is live on talkSPORT. You can hear it live. talkSPORT 2, right? At 3 p.m. as we're your home of the EFL. Okay, so don't miss that. Right, Cov have been brilliant. What a game this could be. Coventry, Hull City. Hull brilliant first game, weren't they? Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and totally underrated as well. As in the way they play their system. They play 3 at the back, Al, and they did it last year, and they actually beat Millwall in the playoffs, knocked them out. They didn't concede a goal in the playoffs. Middlesbrough in the final didn't concede to Manchester United last week. And you've got to say that the Mendy, Egan and Ajayi, the 3 centre-halves. I mean, John Egan's been around for a long time, an Irish boy, and he's done exceptional. He had Cunha in his pocket last week for Man United. And they do that really well. They do the system well. And McBurney's come back to the Premier League. And, again, he calls Maguire and the centre-half young lad at Manchester United, Heaven, calls them both problems.
Yeah. And they're good players.
Yeah.
Right, what about Coventry? One of my old clubs. Cov, enjoyed it there. At the end of my career, but struggling. But I really enjoyed it. Great.
How many clubs did you play for, Al?
5.
Oh, was that all? I thought you had more.
Spurs, Man U, Coventry, QPR.
Right.
And then I played...
what was QPR? Must have been really short.
It was, yeah. My back was gone. It was gone. Jim Smith took me, and he knew I had a bad back, but he thought we could get a couple of seasons out of it, but it wasn't to be. I think I only played a handful of games. Scored a good goal against Blackburn. Injections, I tried everything. I tried acupuncture up in the Welsh-Scottish English border.
Yeah.
I tried a guy in Regent's Park. He put this injection in me. Oh dear, I couldn't get off the bed. And then I went to see the PFA's specialists all over the country, and they were treating me for like groin strains, hamstrings, sciatica. But it was what it was. I found out later. My 2 bottom discs, my S1L5 sacroiliac joint, where the discs were gone, just eroded, worn away. They call it what do they call it? It'll come to me. But anyway, basically they're wear and tear. All the games, too many games as a kid, playing on red ash and stuff like that, just wears your discs away. And so my spine, I needed a spinal fusion. That's what I needed. But always remember, I've got to tell you this, the last time I went to try and rescue my career, I was told there's a guy who's got this special injection, right?
Yeah.
And he puts a sugar and a local anaesthetic in, and it gets into ligaments on your spine. I think you've got 13 ligaments, and it gets into 12 of them and pulls them in tight, so it holds your spine in better, so your posture's better. And he said, don't worry. He looked after the great ice hockey player Wayne Gretzky, and I thought, that's good enough for me. Where? And he told me it's out near Colchester, out near Mersey Island. I went, I'll have it. This is my last chance. I went there, got there really early. I'm excited because I'm only 27. I can get back in. I can find my form again, right? I can. And I get there really early. Don't worry, sir. The professor's a little bit late. He's stuck in traffic. He'll be here shortly. And I'm lying in this bed with the back of the gown open. And every time I hear a car come, this beautiful country cottage, gravel, and every time a car comes out, I'm looking up. She said, no, it's not the doctor yet. It's not the professor yet. And Mr. Brazil, just calm down, Alan. Anyway, I'll wait for it. I cannot wait to get this. And she says, by the way, just let me explain the procedure. The injection, I don't want you looking because it's a big needle. So what he does is he puts it in your top ligament and then works his way down. He doesn't go in and out. Right. It's a big needle. So he moves it and moves it and moves it. I'm like, what? Anyway, a Bentley turns up, right? And they're crunching the ground outside. And she says, "Professor's here, Mr. Brazil." Good, we won't be long. And I look up, and I'll never forget it as long as I live. The door opens, and I can't stop. I'm so excited. I'm like, here we go. And I look up, and this fella walks in. It's radio, so I can't really... I will, because some people are watching. And he walks in, right? And this is my big hope. I'm going to get back. I'm going to start playing again in the Premier, the old First Division, right? He walks in like Groucho Marx. Right? This is a back space. He walks in like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. He grabs this needle. I'm lying there. I'm now shaking. He walks over and he can hardly look up. He's stout. He's over like this. His chin's nearly on the floor. And I looked at this needle. I went, Jesus wept. I says, "Use on your cell, mate. You need it more than me." Anyway, he plunged this into my spine. 1, 2, 3, 4. I was there for 40 minutes. Couldn't move.
Right.
And 3 days later, I was back to normal again. Couldn't bend. Couldn't get up. What a waste of time. And that was it. Chucked it. Bang. Finish. Gone. Anyway, where was I? Right.
What was that? A cappuccino and a latte and a mocha with Madame Brazil.
Oh, and we'll come back to that. 8:15.
I wanted to ask you about Emi Martinez, who's also going to come into Chelsea as a goalkeeper. When you were told about this deal yesterday, you said good riddance. Why?
I didn't say that.
Didn't you not?
No, I didn't. I didn't say good riddance. No,
I think you did.
I said goodbye.
Did you?
Different good riddance. No, listen, Emi Martinez has been fantastic for Aston Villa, but Aston Villa have been fantastic to Emi Martinez. When he joined from Arsenal, he was a nobody. Aston Villa turned him into...
He was an FA Cup winner when he joined.
Yeah, but it's still a nobody, really, wasn't he? That's why he come to Aston Villa. Aston Villa turned him into the best goalkeeper in the world, and I just didn't like the way 3 years in a row he's been trying to leave every summer, which has upset some Villa fans. But when you look at his performances, his saves, everything about his style of play, even the negative stuff, the way he winds up opposition fan bases, Aston Villa fans have loved having him, and he'll go down as definitely a club legend.
It's interesting, isn't it? So I think there's different ways that people react when players leave football clubs. So I just wonder what the feeling is amongst those two fan bases about Emi Martinez going from Aston Villa to Chelsea. Do the Aston Villa fans really care about it anymore? They've got Suzuki now, so are they like happy to move on? Are Aston Villa happy to move on from him? Yeah. And the same with Chelsea. Are they in a place where actually they're just comfortable to move on from Enzo?
He wasn't at his best last season, Emi Martinez.
Or at the World Cup.
At the World Cup wasn't at his best. 33 now. But I still think, Sam, that the £8.5 million, keepers play to an older age, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, have we sold ourselves a bit short with the fee? No, I don't
way.
think he is. He's not at his prime, but I still think we could have got a bit more money for him.
How's that? Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. And thanks to talkSPORT, Visit Victoria could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for two to watch the 150th anniversary test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
Okay, 8:20. You listen to Game Day Breakfast on talkSPORT, also live on YouTube and your smart TV. I'm Alan Brazil. Bromley's finest son, Tony Cascarino. How well are Bromley doing?
Flying, yeah.
Brilliant.
Going really well, yeah.
I was talking to Andy about it. He was telling me he grew up with Andy Townsend.
Yeah. No, Andy, I've known since I was 11.
Yeah. Great guy, Andy.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah.
Right, we have a talkSPORT exclusive. The fee agreed between Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain for Bradley Barcola is £106 million, rising to 123 with add-ons, talkSPORT understands. Liverpool will only sell Cody Gakpo, by the way, I like him, if they can sign another forward in addition to Barcola. Gakpo is wanted by Spurs and Manchester City. John is out to discuss this. talkSPORT's chief football correspondent. He's on the radio more than me. Alex Croquet, morning.
Croquet.
Good morning, boys. Good morning, Al. Good to see you on a Saturday morning. Yeah, big deal this, isn't it, for Liverpool, a player they've been chasing for most of the summer. At one stage, PSG's asking price was as high as 145 million. So to get him for a guaranteed, as you say, 106 million, rising
a snip
with add-ons to 123, I think it's good business for Liverpool. And I think he just gives them a little bit of a spark, doesn't he? A little bit of a boost, because their fans have been a bit frustrated, Tony. I'm sure you'd agree with a lack of activity in this summer transfer window.
Cass, do you reckon something's happened to?
It's his glasses.
No, I think it's all this more media work he's doing. He's a new contract, 20 grand a week. He looks fresh, doesn't he? Doesn't he look fresh?
Yeah, he does look incredibly well. Yeah, he does look,
That's because I decided to drive to Goodwood Races last night rather than get the train. There you go.
I knew there was something.
Good boy.
Right, you were going to say something, Cass, before I interrupted. You forgot already?
No, I was going to say what Barcola brings is the pace and stretching teams. And Liverpool, and you expect that under Iraola, that he's going to want teams to get the other side and hopefully help Isaac get goals, because I think he's missed, since they didn't have Luis Diaz. I think it's been a big loss to Liverpool. He's a massive loss, he was, to Liverpool.
Yeah, he presses well as well, doesn't he? So he's going to suit Iraola's system. It's interesting with Cody Gakpo. I still get the impression if they can get another forward player in, that then maybe they would be open to offers for him. I think Tottenham, as opposed to Manchester City, is most likely destination. But it's not going to be easy, is it, in the final day of the window to replace him? We know that they tried for Ismail Assar at Crystal Palace. That conversation, I'm told, from the Palace end was pretty short-lived. There have been a couple of bids for Yankuba Minte, but they're not going to pay the £80 million that Brighton want. So I think probably Gakpo more likely to stay than go. And actually, I think a lot of Liverpool fans will be on board with that, because again, he's a player who seems to fit what Iraola wants to do. I thought he was Liverpool's best player going forward at Newcastle last weekend. Got a deserved goal as well.
Yeah. What about Tottenham? Is there any chance Gakpo could go there?
As I say, I think if he leaves, I know there's been talk of Manchester City, Arsenal were even mentioned to me last night, but I'm not sure there's too much in that one. But Tottenham, I think, is the move that Gakpo would fancy, because he knows he's going to play week in, week out, whereas maybe he won't at Manchester City. Iliman Ndiaye at Everton is the one to keep an eye on for City. They need a Marmoush replacement, and Ndiaye wants to stay in the Premier League, but ideally he'd like to join one of the big guns. So that's a move that could happen between now and the transfer window closing as well. And don't totally rule out Manchester City and this pursuit of Julian Alvarez, because it's just been suggested to me overnight that Alvarez has been offered to his former club.
Interesting. Where are you today? Are you what football, or are you racing?
No, Coventry Hull today.
Good game.
Premier League home game for Cov in a quarter of a century, so the atmosphere is going to be rocking. And then I'm at Manchester United tomorrow, hoping they get the job done against your Ipswich.
He looks fresh. He looks fresh.
He does. 20 grand. Wouldn't you be like getting that sort of money?
You took a cut out.
Me? Yeah. Look, I'm laughing. Look. Limo now, and limo to the games. You know, before it was the old Mini Cooper, now he's not.
Well, you must remember the people on the way down.
Yeah, exactly. Crookie, enjoy, mate. Another man who's hit stardom lately is our next guest. Here we go with the latest sporting odds with Coral, and here comes Steve-O.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
It's Pompey Dave. Steve-O, morning.
Gentlemen, a very, very good morning. Morning, Cass. Al, great to see you. Sounding great on a Saturday. And
I mean, talking about Crookie earning the big money, you've got the Saturday show now, you've got your Virgin show. Oh, this was Brazil won't know what to do with all the money.
Well, I hope you'll be listening tonight on your way home, 6 till 10, Steve.
Well, I will be at Goodwood Races this afternoon now.
Oh, lovely.
Crookie was there last night. Yeah, really good ratings, actually. The feature race, the Celebration Mile at 3:10. I think this is an absolute cracking renewal of this. Zavateri, owned by some good friends of ours at Coral, 15 to 8 favourite. Seagulls 11 for all the Brighton lads.
Yeah.
Hugo Palmer sending that one down from Cheshire, 4 to 1. Kirat, a former winner of the Sussex Stakes, of course, last year at 150 to 1. He loves the course. So really good race there. And then 20 minutes later, up the road at Sandown, it's the 2-year-olds in the Solario Stakes, Al.
Good race.
And you'll know the winner of this race, 1984, Oh So Sharp, trained by Henry Cecil.
Just getting up in the Guineas, remember? Was it Steve Coffin? Just getting up on the line?
Absolutely. And then she went on to win the Oaks and the Ledger. The favourite for this race is a horse called Rock Montreal that cost Sheikh Mohammed and Godolphin just $1 million guineas last year at Newmarket's Tassel sale. So you want something good for $1 million, but Breacher for William Muir and Chris Grassick, Sonic Angel for the Christmas, and Hugo Palmer's got Mia Fantasia. So some really good race in Sandown and Goodwood this
Where's
afternoon.
the big bet, Steve, on the football this afternoon? Who do you fancy?
Well, you tell me, chaps. I mean, we start, obviously, Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest. The interesting news there, Cass, that Bradley Barkler's on his way.
Yeah.
As a Liverpool fan, that must excite you, doesn't it?
Well, he was part of that incredible forward line of PSG and didn't always start, but I just think the directness of his game, his pace, stretching, he gets enough goals. I think if he's more clinical, it's an added bonus. But yeah, it's a great option for Liverpool to have.
Yeah, just shame you haven't got Dembele, Doué and Kvaratskhelia, the rest of the PSG front line. But you're 4 to 9 to win at home today, Cass. Nottingham Forest 9 to 2, 18 to 5. The draw, Al 4 to 9. A Liverpool side against. I thought they played well against Newcastle. It was a good game.
It's a bit short for me, but I think Liverpool.
Liverpool are going to concede. I think that's quite clear that they're going to concede goals this year, and also Glasner will play. I imagine the same formation he did at Crystal Palace.
I enjoyed that Liverpool game at Newcastle. I thought that was a cracking game, Steve. And what about Tottenham then? That's a big game, Tottenham, Newcastle. Steve, I'm sure you've done your homework. Newcastle's record against Spurs away from home, very good of late. So it's going to be a cracking game at Tottenham.
They need a boost, don't they, Newcastle fans? Because, say, the players leaving the club, and Tottenham, by contrast, buying everyone they can. Amazing how the purse strings have been loosened there now. 11 to 10 favourites Tottenham, 2 to 1 Newcastle, 5 to 2 the draw. I think the draw's a big runner in that. Really looking forward to the two promoted teams. Of course, Coventry faced that incredibly difficult trip to Arsenal last weekend. They are odds on at home against Hull.
Yeah.
But Hull 17 to 5, 12 to 5 the draw, going to come there full of confidence, aren't they? After an absolute coup on Buster.
Manchester United need a big win. Ipswich got the great start against Sunderland. How do you see it, Steve-O? Home win?
You've moved on to tomorrow already. We haven't even touched on. Your boys
I'm looking at the time. Cass is talking too much. The time's nearly
5 to 1 shots Ipswich, Al. 2 to 5 Manchester United, 18 to 5 the draw. But again, great start for Arsenal. Great start for Ipswich last week. Just in terms of the title betting after City won last night, we've just nicked them in 100 to 30 from 4 to 1. And Liverpool are in there 9 to 1, obviously with that Barkler news. That's to win the title. But Al, you have been Moses Itorma's biggest fan from day one. Yeah. You must be looking forward to this tonight.
Steve, I think, listen, I don't want to take anything away from the opponent, but I think Moses will do the same. I think he's just too quick, too fast, too powerful, and I can see it going 3, maybe 4 rounds. But I don't think he's going to be tested. I may be totally wrong, Steve-O, but I just think Itoma is
we need some
special.
prices out on this.
Prices? Well, he's odds on, isn't he?
Yeah, but 3 rounds.
He's 1 to 8 to win it, 5 to 1 Hrgovic. But we've heard from the boxing experts, this is the toughest task he faces. The Croatian, he's going to be a real warrior, isn't he? But Moses to win in rounds 1 to 4, 11 to 4. So that's the sort of thing you think he can get the job done, Al.
Yeah, brilliant. So Steve-O's a little bit of Pims today at the Coral Box and Glorious Goodwood. Just Goodwood, sorry, Goodwood.
I'm hoping the sun is going to shine down there. I'm actually taking my mum for her birthday.
I'll bet you.
I'm a week late because I was up at
Restock the box.
We'll probably have a little glass of Whispering Angel somewhere.
I'm sure. Steve-O, brilliant. And just where is 9 to 5? Where's old Dolly John Hills today? Where is he?
Rochdale, I think, are at Colchester today.
Oh, are they? I'm passing Colchester on my way home.
I may have got that completely wrong, by the way. Rochdale fans will be throwing things at the radio now.
If you have got it right, Cole, you have started well, so that's a tough game.
I think we've got to go to a breakout.
I know we don't.
Portsmouth go to Bristol City. Go on, Pompey.
Nice one, Steve. Have a great day at Goodwood. Thank you.
Cheers, fellas.
Dave Stevens at Coral there. Brilliant. I've lost my screen as well. The batteries are gone. They're worn out as well. Coming up to 8:30 on talkSPORT.
The Coral Daily Download on talkSPORT with Coral. We're here for the fans this season. 18 plus, gambleaware.org.
Danny Welbeck there, great start, but great career.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you know what?
Loving it, absolutely loving
looking at it, he played for Manchester United, Arsenal, there's Chelsea, obviously Brighton.
Brilliant.
But I think everywhere, if he goes back to Arsenal, if he goes back to Man United, he gets a great reception. Yeah,
it's good.
So he's one of them sort of guys who people just love watching him. And he's as I said before, I've spoke to a lot of people at Arsenal behind the scenes and whatever, and he says he's a great guy. He's really good for the dressing room areas as well. And that's why probably Chelsea have invested in him to help the young players out as well.
Speaking of Chelsea, this surprised me, and I think you, Ray, as well. Breaking news reached us late last night that Chelsea have agreed a £7.5 million deal to sign Villa's World Cup winning goalkeeper Martinez. $7.5 million.
Yeah, no, I didn't see the dot. I thought it was 75 million.
What's going on here?
Well, they've signed a new keeper, haven't they, Villa? And he was number 2 at the moment. But they're getting an absolute blinding deal there.
That doesn't make sense.
No. Yeah, I think Chelsea have got a really good deal, and you need a good goalkeeper. You need someone who's been there and done it, and he's certainly plays for his country, and he's been brilliant at Aston Villa.
Yeah.
So I think Chelsea, if you had a worry, if you're a Chelsea fan, it would be the goalkeeper. You know, watching that Fulham game, he made a couple of mistakes, and Martinez would probably go straight in, wouldn't he? Must do.
I think so,
because he's experienced now, and he makes some vital saves for Villa. So that for me, that's a really good deal for Chelsea's point of view.
150th anniversary test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army.
I don't know. I'm looking at this computer cast. It just keeps going off, and I've no idea how to get it. Yeah, I've no idea how to get it.
You got the
back
code?
No. It was on. It's gone off again. It's murder. Anyway, Tony the Weltman in Bognor. Morning, Tony. I've got so many old people texting me from years ago here.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it really is good. I'm enjoying it.
Well, when was the last time you done a...
6 years ago, according
6 years
to this.
ago. Right,
Yeah,
okay.
Saturday. Yeah. Good morning. Weekend Sports Breakfast on talkSPORT. Alan Cass with you. Time now for this. Here we go. We are heading to Melbourne. Fancy an all-paid trip to Melbourne for 7 nights? Well, talkSPORT could be sending you and a mate down under in March. We're talking 7 nights in a hotel, return flights, spending money, a day trip along the Great Ocean Road. I've never heard of the Great Ocean Road, by the way. And you'll score we'll give you 5-day tickets to the MCG watching England take on the Aussies. This is the 150th Test anniversary, right? 150, England, Australia in Melbourne, MCG. It's all thanks to our friends at Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. For your chance to win, visit talksportwin.com. That's talksportwin.com, or text WIN to 8338. 8338 by 6 o'clock on Saturday, 2026. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate. Or send your name and number per post to COMP2, that's COMP2, PO Box 3190, Colchester, CO2 8GP. God, you got that? Hope you're good at shorthand. That's Colchester, CO2 8GP, to arrive by midnight.
You couldn't repeat that, how could you?
Oh, for God's sake, just have a look at it. Go on the email, please. talksporttwin.com. That'll do. Right, it's a network promotion. Full T's and C's at talksportwin.com. It looks like twin, but it's talksportwin.com. It closes at 6 o'clock on the 1st of September. It's a great trip, by the way. Melbourne, beautiful, 5 days.
Lovely.
Right, check out our latest talkSPORT Daily podcast, which asks, where have all the Premier League superstar managers gone? Right, a decade ago, 10 years ago, Premier League dugouts featured likes of Wenger, Jose, Pep, Jurgen Klopp, Conte, Angelina Kelly, and European football expert Kevin Hatchard explore where the big personalities, where have they gone, and how the role of the modern manager has changed, and whether a new generation of head coaches can become football's next elite names.
Arsenal. I think he's a genius. Honestly, I do.
Could he be the first one to get the sack, though?
Yeah, oh, gotcha. If he's in with Mr. Marinakis, 100%.
Yeah, but still a good manager.
But in terms of being a talented coach, he's top. He really is, because he overachieves everywhere he goes. He went to, he did well in Austria. He went to Wolfsburg, got him in the Champions League. He went to Eintracht Frankfurt, got him in the Europa League. He went to Palace, my God, win the FA Cup, win the Conference League, win the Community Shield. There is a real talent in there for being able to absolutely maximise what you've got. And it's not just tactical. With him, it's very much about how he sets the standards and how he makes people believe that it's possible. He went to Palace and said, right, why have we got to finish 15th every year and be happy with that? Why can't we do more than that? And Steve Parish talks about it. You know, the chairman there. It rubs off on people because they start to think, oh, yeah, we are Palace, but why can't we do this? Why can't we win stuff? Why can't we push for things?
Tottenham manager, if Arteta does it again next year, he's got to be up there, isn't he?
Yeah, we would be, especially if he improves Arsenal as in on the eye as well, because defensively they were fantastic last year. Their midfield was terrific, winning the ball back, but defensively superb. The goalkeeper was sensational.
Yeah.
I thought Ray.
Oh, no, I agree. I remember, and I hold my hands up, when they first signed him, I thought, do they need him? You know what I mean? Was it Brentford he came from?
Yeah.
I thought, do they need him? Raya, and absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
He's worth at least 10, 15 points to Arsenal, I think.
Brilliant. And let's be honest, they're the ones everyone's got to beat again.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Right, so it could be Mikel Arteta. By the way, he looks a different person now. The pressure's off. Do you see how easy seems to be now?
Yeah, well, winning something, especially of the magnitude of the Premier League, and turning a football club around, because he's been there he's the longest serving manager, isn't he, in the Premier League? And, turning that club around and now being a team that everyone's going to be fearing, they know they have to beat Arsenal to win the league.
Yeah. Okay, listen to the full episode of talkSPORT Daily, available on all podcast platforms now. Right, let's talk Liverpool against Forest. Right now, let's get into today's early kickoff with presenter and Liverpool fan. She'll be up in the tick, Sam Quick. How do you see this game? I think Liverpool beat Forest. Cass,
well, I'd like to think so, but as we just heard about Glasner and his formation and how he sets Forest up, it'll be interesting, because Forest will have a go. And one thing that Liverpool...
Good record there as well, Cass.
Yeah, I'm excited for the lad Jackie at the back because he's come in alongside Van Dijk. Kirkes, I'm not sure.
I'm the same with you.
I just don't see it, Al. Look, Alanga's lightning quick. You can get beaten by him with pace, but he's had a very difficult time since he arrived from Bournemouth.
Right, let's say good morning to Sam Quick. Sam, morning.
Hi, Sam.
Morning, guys. How are you?
Yeah, we're good.
Did we get you out of the shower or something there, Sam? You're a little bit late getting, you're a bit of is it kids and were you busy this morning?
Just that, yeah. I was making an effort for you fellas. And Alan, great to see you. I haven't spoken or seen to you since you've been back. So really, really good to see you looking so well.
Thank you, Sam.
Good morning, Tony.
Hi, Sam. So tell us what you think, Sam, of Liverpool and playing Forest. And I've just sort of laid it out about the way they play, and Liverpool defensively do look like conceding goals.
Yeah. You know what my main concern is and frustration is? Watching them last week, you think, okay, it's a new start. It's a new manager, and we looked like Liverpool of last season, just not bothered. Didn't really look like we wanted to put in an effort and sprint, apart from one player, Szoboszlai. And I think if we're not doing that in game one, I don't know how we expect to go on with the rest of the season. I understand that it's going to take time to create a way of playing for Liverpool and the new system, but ultimately you can always run hard. You can always put in hard tackles. You can always put your shoulders back and look like you want to be there. That's my main concern. And I think going to Anfield today, if Liverpool fans don't see that body language, the positive, the wanting to the will to win, I think Liverpool fans are going to be frustrated. The arrival of Barcola is very exciting, but you can get anyone in the squad, but if you're not going to run around and look like you really want to play hard, what's the point?
Sam, what about Gapco? Would you like him to see him stay, or there's talk maybe he could go to Spurs, could go to City? Is he not too good to let go?
I think so. But again, last week it didn't look like he wanted to be there. You're looking at, didn't even crack a smile. He didn't even, pump his chest, whatever it may be. He just stood still, no emotion. And you're thinking, well, you want players who want to wear that Liverpool badge. That's always been the way for Liverpool. We don't mind if we're, not playing great or not winning trophies, as long as the players are giving their all. So I think Liverpool are still in this limbo at the moment about, okay, I just think they need a big rocket up the backside, to be honest.
Do you think Areola is very aware of the issues? Because obviously it took him time at Bournemouth to get Bournemouth into the team that they were relentless and, like you talked about, pressing and closing down and hunger all over the pitch to hurt teams. They were brilliant at that. I think if he can instill that in Liverpool, then it's a completely different, question, isn't it, about where Liverpool will be next year or at the end of the season?
Yeah, I think so, and I hope so. That's what he's been brought in to do, which is the complete opposite to Arne Slot. I think when you look at Liverpool's players, there's so much potential, and I know that there's been so much chat around Wirtz and Isak. Isak, I think, will come good.
Yeah,
I think we saw that him last season show us what he can do. Keeping in mind, he's come off a pretty bad injury. He's gone through pre-season, and he's probably playing in a different system now. I worry about Wirtz. I just think I love him as a player, playing for Germany. He's class, but, we've seen players like that come into the Premier League and they just don't suit Premier League. I find it concerning that he's pushed off the ball all the time. He can't win a sprint. And unless he's got one or two passes on, because he is very good with his awareness, he's pre-scanning, that's when he comes to life. But at the moment, he hasn't got that, so he's just disappearing. So yeah, it's again, I feel like Liverpool 2 seasons ago, the unknown, but then again, Arne Slot won and won the Premier League, didn't he?
Yeah. Sam, keep your chin up. It's not that bad at Liverpool. I think they're in for a big season. Barcola, Very, very exciting indeed. Interesting game for us. Good record at Anfield of late. So a cracker. Sam, thank you very much. Brilliant. Sam, quick
Cheers,
there.
guys.
Cheers, Sam.
Right, so Liverpool Forest, Premier League.
This afternoon.
Thank you. Liverpool Forest, Premier League, talkSPORT exclusive, presented by Rashmeen Chowdhury. Commentary, little Sam Matterface. He's getting used to it now. And former England captain Stuart Pearce. Brilliant. Piercy. Interesting. Piercy, I think his heart's still at Forest, isn't it?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be? He was such an influential player for Forest over a long period of time. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I hope your music taste is better.
No, I'm a little bit. I'm not as. I mean, he's more knowledge of the bands of the late 70s and 80s. I'm not bad, but he's right into some obscure bands.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he really is.
He's a punk rocker. I think before he comes on air, he gets the pins out of his nose and his ears and all that. I do. He's a screwball when it comes to music.
Have you seen him do the video with the Stranglers?
No.
You need to look at the video. He does. Well, I think, what's it called? This Day? I can't remember what it's called. But Piercy's in the video. He's actually.
Is he?
He's sort of the star in the video.
I've been on the Lash with the Clash one night in London, so that was a 3 o'clock in the morning job. But I wouldn't say that's my music either.
No.
Anyway, I look at the time. Dear,
you got your music show later, haven't you?
I have. I can't wait. 6 o'clock. Virgin Legend.
For the 14th.
8:45.
All right, Gabs?
Gabby!
Jamie, what you on about,
the Villa?
You're just jealous, mate. I've been hearing you all day.
What are you on about?
You're talking guff, mate. Just because you're jealous.
What are you on about?
You're jealous.
How can you finish 17 2 years in a row and spend half a bill?
Because we've got the cash, Gabs.
Yeah, but that ain't fair, mate.
See? Jealous.
It ain't fair, Cundy.
No, I agree. Do you know what? I agree with Gabby on this. I totally agree with him.
No.
This has got no. I'm not.
Win the Europa League,
I'm not picking.
And we can't flipping spend.
I'm not picking sides. I'm telling you now. Villa and Newcastle should be able to spend.
Cry me a river.
No, 100.
Cry me a river.
Jay, listen.
Thank you, Cundy.
I totally agree with him.
Gabs,
totally agree with him.
Stop crying, mate.
Jamie.
Stop crying,
Totally
mate.
agree with him.
Stop crying.
Jamie.
Gabs.
You're signing rejects from Manchester City.
Good players,
is
mate.
unwanted. Savino's a reject. Robertson's a reject from Liverpool, not wanted anymore. Conor Gallagher's a reject from Atletico Madrid. Spurs are signing rejects.
Hold on a minute. You've sold 5 of your best players. All right, you're absolute guff this season. Oh, the rules! Oh, the rules! I thought you was a big club. I thought you was a big club.
Well, we are a big club, but the rules don't let us.
You're not, though.
Because you and your cartel, top 6, you and Cundy, don't want Villa in there.
Don't bring me into this. I've got nothing to do with this, Gabby.
Mate, keep you out of it. Only big boys allowed in the top 6, mate. You're not big. You have to sell your best players. We don't have to sell our best players.
17th, right, and go and spend £500 million.
Because we're a big club, Gabs. Stop whinging.
How's that? Next March, the England cricket team face Australia in the 150th anniversary Test match down under. And as always, the Barmy Army will be there. And thanks to talkSPORT and Visit Victoria, you could be too. Enter now at talksportwin.com for the chance to score an incredible week-long trip for 2 to watch the 150th anniversary Test match in Melbourne with Visit Victoria and the Barmy Army. Enter now at talksportwin.com and get ready to experience the electric atmosphere that only a Barmy Army tour delivers.
in partnership with good friends Volkswagen Transporter. Get complete peace of mind with Volkswagen's 5 Plus promise. T's and C's and exclusions apply. Alan and Cass with you. Tottenham Newcastle. Let's start with this, Cass. In the 5:30 game, Newcastle come to London, taking on Spurs as both teams look for the first league win of the season. I think there's goals in this, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely, Al.
Last weekend, Spurs were put to the sword by Brentford, and Newcastle opened their season. Good draw as well. Good game with Liverpool. Spurs boss Roberto De Zerbi admits his team, they still have a lot of improving to do.
Maybe we are not ready yet to play of our best in terms of physical condition, in terms of style of play, quality of play. But anyway, we have the quality enough right now to win the game and to play much better, because it's normal to play better than we did in Brentford.
Yeah, there you go. Do you know what? I like De Zerbi. I think he's going to do all right. I think he's going to do better than all right.
He was popular at Marseille. They just didn't give him the funds.
Yeah.
Couldn't compete.
Yeah. Okay, right, let's move on. Join us now for more is Tottenham and Newcastle Norwich as well, I hate to say. Chairman of Witham FC in Ipswich, just off the A45 or A14 now. Rule Fox joins us. Rule, morning.
Morning.
Hi,
Witham United.
Witham United. At Witham United. I always pass the pitch going out the motorway there, and I'm told you're cutting grass, putting nets up, putting corner flags out. Now you're doing everything, Rule, aren't you?
It's grassroots football, isn't it? That's what it's about. It's one of those things. Once you get into this standard of football, you have to kind of pitch in everywhere you can. So I'm groundsman, I'm chairman. Yeah. I'm now taking on the first team job because the manager walked out last week.
So I take it's the same old story, Rule. No money. There's not enough money in it.
Yeah, not enough money to go around. So you just have to make do of what you've got, and hope that the local community pitch in, which they do very generously around Witten. So yeah, it's hard, but obviously I've got an affection for Witten because that's where I was brought up and born.
Yeah.
Well, I've got to ask you, because you're talking about the lack of funds, and then you look at the Newcastle game against Spurs, and Spurs have spent more money than they've ever done, and I'm sure there's a lot of excited Spurs fans to see the new talent Savio coming in. Marmouche will probably start today. You've got likes of Van der Ven back, Porro. So tell us how you see. You played for both clubs. Tell us how you see these both clubs.
Yeah, I think they're both in transition at the moment. I was up there last week for the Kevin Keegan tribute.
Oh, brilliant it was. That was fantastic.
It was a fantastic day. Noticed that Newcastle obviously got a younger team, but they're still playing with a lot of energy. The manager's getting the team playing really well up there. Same with Tottenham. They haven't had what we call the resources or the players. They haven't recruited very well, but this year they seem to have gone for it. So I think maybe the result wasn't what they wanted last week, but you can see that they've got a fantastic squad. And it's just about them gelling at the right time.
Yeah, absolutely. Newcastle's an interesting one as well. Obviously, I want Spurs, but Newcastle, good. I was just looking at the last few games. When they come to London, especially against Tottenham, they do well. And they played ever so well against Liverpool, didn't they? It was a cracking game. Emotional game. You're dead right, Rule. It was fantastic. So I see goals today. Do you? I think it could be like a 2-2 or something like that, or a 3-2.
Yeah, it's always entertaining when these two play because they both like to play football. So, I mean, every time I think I can remember playing against Tottenham, there was always more than maybe 4 goals in the game. So we're hoping that it's going to be the same. So I'm really sitting on the fence a little bit. I know it's a cliche, but yeah. I'm hoping there'll be goals, and I've just got a sneaky feeling Tottenham might nick this.
Well, Rule, listen, here we go. Never mind them Norwich numpties, by the way, right? We're at Old Trafford here. How are Town going to do this year? Is it going to be really tough?
I'm a Man United fan, so you're asking the wrong person.
Oh, come on. You played for Norwich, you live in Ipswich, you don't like anyone else to get beat today. What's wrong with you?
No, I did say that. I mean, yeah, of course, they've had a changeover in manager as well. They're looking really good at the moment, Ipswich. So Man United again, who started off quite slow, very surprising result against Hull. So I'm looking at it's a difficult game, but the way Ipswich have started the season again, we're just hoping that they can probably get some points, under the table early doors to give them a little bit of confidence going forward.
I hope so. Is Big Jeff Crane still about at Witham? Is he been and gone?
Yeah, no, he still comes down and supports the club. You know,
good.
There's a lot of history down there. You know, we've been through a bit of a transition here. You know, obviously we're self-sufficient down at Wigan United Football Club. So I was a young player, and Jeff used to pick me up when I was a lad. So I was trying to carry that mantle and take the team. You know, we've had a lot of investments from, you know, people like Shane and CJ Electrical. We had Solar Wise, roofing and solar panels.
Well supported, absolutely. I see all the signs.
Yeah, so we do rely on a lot of the local people to, you know, pitch in and help. And luckily for us, we've had some good companies who are, you know, invested in the team this year. So, you know, I'm just trying to follow on from people like your Jeff Cranes, your Morris Lowe, a few of the other old lads.
Yeah, well, listen, we wish
Sorry
you well.
for my voice, guys. I've got a bit of a sore throat.
All right.
No problem.
Not through what you think.
Yeah, great to talk again.
Cheers,
good luck with Whittam, eh? Thank you. Whitton United there. Yeah, just off the motorway, big industrial place, but well supported. Right, Cass, before I run out of time. Have your say in all the day's action. Tune into the game day phone in from 5:30 with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy later on today. Remember, Max Scott brings you a new show, The Full-Time Fallout, at 7:30. Right, Cass, here we go. Cascarino, yes, or Cascarino, no.
Cascarino, yes, or Cascarino on talkSPORT with a transporter from Volkswagen Commercial Vehicles. Working with you.
Here we go. We get Cass Quickfire Hot. Takes on the weekend's big sporting topics, right? First up, Forest travelled to Liverpool today, having lost the first two games in League and the Cup. Cascarino, yes or no? Is Oliver Glasner under pressure if he doesn't get a result today? We know what the chairman's like. What about today?
No, can't be under pressure. Sorry, Al, quick as that.
No.
Can't.
That's live in talkSPORT from 11 a.m, don't forget. Now, next after the 4-1 win over Palace last night, Cascarino, yes or no? Are City genuine title contenders this season under Maresca?
I think they'll make the Champions League, Al, but I don't think they'll be a contender to win the title.
So that's a Cascar no?
No.
Right. And finally, so who picked this game? Cascarino, yes or no? With Coventry playing Hull City today, will one of these teams stay up? That was Cascarino, yes or no, with a VW talkSPORT transporter. Will it be a yes or no? Coventry playing Hull, do they stay up or do they get relegated?
One of them will stay up.
Who?
You said that was the question. Well, one of them will stay up.
Yeah, go on, who?
I'm going to go, because they're so good defensively, Hull City.
Hull City? Right. Interesting. Cov were great, Frank?
Yeah, Frank, I'm sure, look, they could both stay up, but it's going to be a big ask for all the promoted teams.
Cass, I've enjoyed it today. Thank you very much. Have a great time. Yeah, a little bit of poker before.
No, I'm going to go for a bit of breakfast first, Al.
You little fibber. I know you, Cass, honestly.
And then I've got the 12th.
Give me two.
Game.
Give me two.
I've got to watch Liverpool beat Forest. Oh.
Yeah. So his missus was listening. That's it from us in the Weekend Sports Breakfast. Cass and Shaban will be back tomorrow morning from 6 a.m. Where's she today? Is she in Portugal still?
Or my missus. Or...
Oh, Cass. Cass. Shaban.
She's on holiday.
Portugal.